And now, another episode of Crit Camp Gaming.
Hello everyone, happy Thursday, February 4th, 2021. We are back playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. That's right, we are starting the fourth case. It's called Turnabout Goodbyes, and you see in the title here, I'm already anticipating that this is a part one because all these cases seem to be taking a little bit longer than I think. I mean, the last couple of cases were like hours long. We're talking about like 4 or 5 hours, and I had to split them up into two-parters. So we would finish off a case, start a new case, and then we would go on to the next stream, finish that case, start a new case. So it's like each case is about 4 hours or something like that. So anticipating that there's going to be a part two here. Hopefully we get to a good stopping point somewhere in the middle there. It feels good to start a stream at the beginning of a case because case number 2 and 3 we sort of had to start in the middle of another stream. So very, very excited about that. I'm also excited to get back to this. Parts 1, 2, and 3 are all on YouTube now. Sorry for the delay, everybody, if you wanted to catch up on all that stuff. But yeah, we are having a blast playing this. I know it's a departure from what we usually do here on Crit Camp. And thank you so much for just tuning in and watching and letting me sort of, take a little detour from our usual tabletop stuff and play this sort of linear story adventure. We've been having a really good time. Hopefully I don't lose my voice with this. I know I will hopefully do better. Hopefully I do better and better each stream with remembering the voices I give to people, because I know from stream to stream sometimes I forget. So hopefully everything works out. And I wonder what new characters we are going to encounter this time around. So if you haven't been around, I am Phoenix Wright now. I am a rookie defense attorney. So the first case was me defending a good old buddy, a friend from when we were kids. He was wrongly accused of murder, so I had to defend him. Then my boss's sister got put on trial. We had to defend her. In some crazy way, we had to defend ourselves as well. Very personal. It was a rough case for me. The loss of Mia really weighed on my heart. The third case, we were on a movie set or a TV show set, trying to get a star actor off for a framed murder as well. A lot of murder. So I'm assuming the next case that we go into, probably another murder. I don't know, but this is what this is what this game seems to be about. A lot of murder. What up, Wickster in chat says love mystery games. Thank you very much. I love them too. I think we're just gonna jump into it. I'm not sure if there's much else to update except to say that Matt and I will be back on Monday night for our usual Arkham Horror LCG, our Arkham Mondays. Chris and I will be back next Wednesday, hopefully playing Zombicide Invader Mission 6, I believe that it is. And then solo for me on Thursday as well. And for the ongoing future, that's probably going to be the schedule. So Monday nights, me and Matt doing Arkham. Wednesday, during the day, me and Chris as a duo stream. Thursdays, me solo as Chris does gamer dad stuff, teaches kids at home and all that good stuff. So that's going to be the schedule going forward, but stay tuned to our socials, Twitter and Discord, to get the latest. And again, I want to thank everybody in the camp for being pretty flexy about how our schedule has not been pretty consistent all through 2020 and looking like into 2021. It's just been a crazy time. So again, if you don't follow us on Twitter at Crit Camp, it's down there and below. Also, discord.gg/quickcamp. So join in. Let's chat offline and all that stuff. Let's do that. All right. Let us get... Yeah, you guys know this music. All right. We are going to switch over to this screen. We're going to hope that our game has been saved. Yep, there it is. So, episode 4, Turnabout Goodbyes, Day 1 Investigation. We're going to load this. And we're going to get into it. Zeshin says consistent is not a word used by anyone in 2020. Yeah, this is the new world order. Okay. I forgot what my levels were for last time. If you want the music to be louder or softer, if you want that background stuff louder or softer, you let me know. But I think we are probably at a good level here. So we're going to load the selected data. Yes. Starting case number 4. What? It's been, what, 15 years? Okay, so... About that, yes. It's like, this is like Arkham Horror. 15 years is a long time to wait. I can't imagine how I've suffered. What are these, like 2 cultists on the lake? You've suffered? But now, the perfect opportunity has presented itself. It's kind of creepy. At last, I shall have my revenge! What? What? Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. Oh! Damn! It's Edgeworth! What? Christmas Day, 10:08 a.m. Wright and Co. law offices. I'm sorry, but was that the prosecutor?
Hey, Nick. Do you know if there are any good waterfalls around here?
Waterfalls? Dare I ask why?
Duh, Nick. Isn't it obvious? I need a waterfall to stand under, preferably a freezing one.
Oh, is that part of your spirit medium training?
Of course, except I've been slacking off lately. I need to brave the elements and be forged anew under the rushing spring waters.
Okay. I don't know about any falls per se, but Gourd Lake is pretty close.
Oh, darn.
Sorry, but them's the breaks. Couldn't you just take a cold shower or something?
Good idea.
Really? So much for rushing spring waters. Zeshin in chat says, hated that guy for a reason after all. Well, I think there's gonna be a twist. If I've learned anything from Ace Attorney, there's always a twist. And more murder. Okay. Next in the news. A large unidentified animal was sighted at Gourd Lake. The town is buzzing with excitement. Locals are calling it Gordy, in the tip of the hat to Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster. Although its namesake Nessie proved to be a hoax, locals are confident in their Gordy is the real deal. Boring. Can't they show real news for a change?
Nick, the water pressure's kind of low in that shower.
You want more pressure, huh? Why don't you go down to the fire department and have them spray you with a hose?
Good idea, Nick.
Oh, jeez. Apparently, Fey blood is no aid in detecting sarcasm. We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin. Strange occurrences continue at Gourd Lake, but this time, it's murder! Murder, everybody. More murder. Gourd Lake again. The body of the man was found in the lake early this morning. A suspect was apprehended. Sources inside the police department revealed that the suspect's name is Miles Edgeworth, age 24. Edgeworth was an up-and-coming prosecutor, known for his skill and connections. He was guaranteed a long and rewarding career. Has he thrown it away? Oh my gosh. Edgeworth? What's going on? Edgeworth would never do something like...
Nick,
Yipes, Maya.
The fireman yelled at me when I called him.
We've got bigger things to worry about than that. They arrested Edgeworth.
What? You mean the prosecutor?
Yeah, he's a suspect in the murder. What?
When? Where? Whom? Why? How?
I don't know.
Let's go find out, Nick.
All right. I think every time we do this is just like filler. Well, what should we do?
What do you mean? Let's investigate. We should talk to Mr. Edgeworth and check out the crime scene.
You're right. We need more information. Let's just make sure. Well, got any good ideas?
Not really. I do my best thinking when I'm standing underneath a waterfall.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Is there anything to examine here today? Looks like it's cleaning day again at the hotel across the way. I hear they're planning a second ranch outside the city. I can see the bellboy getting the angle of that screwdriver in the drawer just right. Mia's favorite plant. Its name is Charlie. Maya's gotten a knack of watering it lately. Charlie's been pretty up these days. I still haven't watched the movie, have I? Maya brought in a poster of the Steel Samurai the other day. We had a big fight over whether to put it up or not. I know she's just waiting for a chance to sneak it up on the wall. Mia's desk. Mia's desk. If we had more clients, I would probably sit here more often. Lately, I've been spending more time on the couch watching TV. Damn! I'm getting lazy. Difficult looking legal books now stand in the formidable row. They mock me. I tried reading one, it made my head hurt. When I closed it, it slipped out of my hand. Then my foot hurt too. Lame, dude. Okay, come on. Stop. Alright. We are going to move probably to the detention center to talk to Miles. December 25th, detention center visitors room.
You know, Nick, we've been in here one time or other, haven't we?
I guess it comes with the territory.
I'm not sure it's something we should mention to too many people.
Wait. Oh, there he is. Oh.
Ah!
Hey, Edgeworth, come back. I love how he just appears and disappears. What are you doing here?
Nick, I don't think he's in a very good mood.
Well, he's in detention. Were you in a good mood when you were here? So you've come to laugh at the fallen attorney. Then laugh. Laugh. Well, why aren't you laughing?
Nick, should we be laughing?
Nah, it's a trick. Laugh and you'll get mad, or burst into tears. Edgeworth, we don't have so much free time we can spend it coming down here to laugh at you. Yes. Yes, you do. Actually, he's right. I hoped you wouldn't come. I didn't want you to see me. Not like this. Not like this. I didn't want to see you like this either, believe me. Let's talk. What happened? Edgeworth, tell me what happened. Why should I? What are you going to do about it?
Duh, we're gonna help you, that's what.
Help me? You? Don't be ridiculous. Sorry. You're a novice. You've only been in 3 trials. Hey. Sure, you've got lucky and won all 3. But your luck's bound to run out someday. You need real skill, right? Experience.
Nick, he's insulting you. Nick, why am I always the one who gets angry?
Alright, what happened at Gourd Lake, man? The murder took place at Gourd Lake, right? Correct? Yes. Late last night. The lake is a long way from your offices in the courthouse. Why were you down there? I see no need to tell you.
Mr. Edgeworth, you didn't really.
Gordy. Huh? I went to see Gordy.
Gordy? What's that?
I'll tell you later. Why won't Edgeworth talk to us? Okay. Is there anything to present? No, just my badge. There's nothing to do here. Smile for the camera. This dude's been standing here all day. Okay. Time to go to the lake, everybody. We gotta do some investigations. December 25th, Gourd Lake Park entrance.
This is where it happened?
Yeah, Gourd Lake is in the middle of this park.
I can see some police walking around here.
Questioning people, probably.
Hey, isn't that Detective Gumshoe over there?
Well, pal, there's enough of us here. Anyone found anything? Sorry, sir. Nothing. Idiot. Trial some more. We need clues on the double. But, sir, there weren't any clues. That's why we arrested that attorney, Mr. Edgeworth. It's clear, sir. He's the one who... Shut up. Just you try saying that again. I'll make you sorry if you do. So just get out of my face, pal. Yes, sir.
Detective Gumshoe's kind of scary today.
Recruits.
Ah, eek.
Hey, you're that hairy guy, Harry Butts. Right, Phoenix Wright. Will he ever learn my name? And just what are you doing here, pal? Investigating? Yeah, well, I suppose. Well, I'm here to help. Ask me anything you want. Bring it.
He seems different than usual. I wonder what's up. Mr. Edgeworth hasn't actually asked us to defend him yet.
Huh? Oh, you don't say. Well, give us the information anyway. Maybe we'll figure something out. Detective Gumshoe, do you know what happened here? Huh? You don't know, pal? No. Wow, okay, Mr. Head in the fluffy pink clouds lawyer. Head in the... Never mind, I'll tell you. It happened last night, about 15 minutes after midnight. There was a boat out on Gourd Lake with a couple of cultists just standing in the boat. In that boat were two men. One of those men shot the other with a pistol.
And the shooter was Mr. Edgeworth?
A cop who arrived on the scene arrested him.
How'd they get there so fast?
Well, there was a witness. When the report came in, we raced to the lake. A witness? Let's talk about the witness. Who was this witness? Sorry, pal, that's confidential. Anyway, the witness saw everything, apparently. I'm sure they'll turn up at the trial tomorrow. Was there only that one witness? Yep, it was pretty cold out in the lake last night. And it was Christmas Eve after all. We're still being thorough. You never know when you're gonna turn up another witness. That's why we're here today, checking things out. So far, we're coming up empty.
Oh, it's Christmas today. I'd forgotten. What are you getting for me for Christmas, Nick?
Talk to Santa. Let's talk about Edgeworth.
You don't think Mr. Edgeworth is a murderer, do you?
Absolutely not. That's impossible. I don't care if there's a witness either. I don't believe a lick of it.
Right. Who cares what the witness says?
I care.
You really believe in him, don't you, Detective?
Of course I do. But the police are pretty sure he's the killer. Nobody's even really taking this investigation seriously.
Oh no!
After all the help Mr. Edgeworth has been to us, hard to imagine no one's standing up to take his side.
Well, at least you are, Detective. At least you are. Do you know who will be Mr. Edgeworth's defense attorney in tomorrow's trial?
He hasn't got one yet.
What? The trial is tomorrow, isn't it?
I don't know the whole story, but apparently no one he's been talking to will take this case.
Why not?
Mr. Edgeworth won't tell me. When you guys showed up, I figured he asked you to defend him. Unfortunately not. Well, pal, you got a job to do. Help out Mr. Edgeworth. Prove that badge you wear isn't some fancy piece of metal. Prove it to me, pal. Show me you're an attorney. Dang, dude. Alright. Do I present him my medal? Is there anything to examine here? Yes, there is. I feel winter's chill on the bare leaf trees today. Winter is coming. What is it about winter that turns people into poets?
I don't know, but my toes are starting to feel numb.
Yes, my poetry has that effect on some people. The sign says Gourd Lake Nature Park. This place is full of families picnicking on the weekend.
But no waterfall.
Not too many picnickers come here for spiritual training, Lyle. Using the old tactic. Look for the yellow. I guess there's nothing here. Best be thorough. Okay. No clues here. Sorry, y'all. Just being very thorough and clicking everything. Okay. There's nothing to do here. Do we go back to the detention center? Yeah. Let's go back to the detention center. Oh. Okay. I guess we went back to our law offices then. Huh. Let's go back to the detention center and present our badge, man. Your attorney's badge? Edgeworth, let me defend you.
Ha! Ha ha! Good one, Wright. But I'm not that hard up. Not yet. What do you mean by that? Me? Trust a wet behind-the-ears lawyer with only 3 trials in his belt? Never. What? My case is near hopeless, Wright. Every defense attorney I've talked to has turned me down.
What?
Simply put, they were afraid they'd lose. It occurred to me that it might be my fault that they lack confidence. After all, I did get every single one of their clients declared guilty.
I don't believe it.
Regardless, I don't want you involved in this. You in particular, I cannot ask to do this.
Me in particular, huh? Did you do it, Edgeworth? This is really hard for me to ask, but you didn't do it, right? Right?
Think what you will. I have only one request.
Huh?
Stay out of this case. Why? But Nick is trying to help you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, folks.
I know that. But I don't want your help, okay? Why not? Look, just go away and leave me alone. Nick, Mr. Edgeworth did it, didn't he?
Maya, let's go investigate elsewhere.
But Nick...
Wait, where are we going? Okay, maybe we have to go back here. Maybe Gumshoe will tell us something new. Defense request.
Is it true? No one will take Edgeworth's case?
Yeah. He's a bit of a celebrity. If you defended him and you lost, your reputation be sure to suffer. What's more, the case against him is, well, it's pretty solid. I suppose it would be if they have a witness. Hey, pal. Don't tell me you're going to turn it back on him, too. Remember the Steel Samurai case? Mr. Edgeworth helped you get your client declared innocent.
I know.
I went to Edgeworth. I tried. He really doesn't want us to represent him. Especially not us, he said. What? Well, that doesn't make any sense, pal. You should have heard him talking about you after that trial. He kept saying, right, over and over.
Nick, I'm not sure that's a good sign.
Neither am I. Why wouldn't he just want your help? I don't get it. Detective Gumshoe, sir. What? Find something?
No, sir, not yet. There was a call from the precinct. They want to hold an investigation briefing.
Briefing? Right, I'm off. Oh. Sorry, pal. I guess you heard. I gotta go. Any last things you want to ask before I head back?
Well, yes, do you have any information on the victim?
Sorry. They haven't worked up the autopsy report yet. I'm still waiting for it myself. Actually, say if you get the time, drop by the precinct. We can talk more there, pal. You're not coming back, detective? Probably not, pal. So what should we do if we have something to talk to you about? Alright. Here, I'll show you how to get to the precinct. Come down and see me anytime. Directions to the police station received from Detective Gumshoe. Oh, hey, Detective Gumshoe. What? We'd like to take a look around the park. Can we walk around? Yeah, no problem, pal. You got my permission.
You know, Nick, I think there's something to be said for talking to people when they're busy.
Yeah, they don't have time to think about not giving you information.
Right, now let's get investigating.
Oh wait, wasn't there something else I wanted to talk to him about? Dang. Okay. We're gonna move into Gore Lake Public Beach. Alright, so it's Christmas Day still, Gourd Lake Public Beach.
Wowzers, this is Gourd Lake?
Yep. I'm not sure it warrants wowzers though.
Probably not. But hey, look at that snack stand.
Samurai dogs.
I want a samurai dog, please. I bet they're great.
With a name like Samurai Dog, how could they not be?
They're a little behind the times, though. The kids are all into the Pink Princess now. I mean, like, you know?
Nope. Alright, let's check it out. Let's look at the dogs. A hot dog stand. It's closed. The Christmas fringe looks a little half-baked. The banner reads Samurai Dogs. Somebody needs to redecorate. Okay, so that's this whole section. These...
Someone left poppers here, you know. Pull the string.
And it goes pop. Yeah, I know the ones. You see them a lot around New Year's.
Hey, Nick, they might be a clue. Let's take them.
Come on, admit it. You just want to pop them, right?
Was it that obvious?
Poppers. Take them. Leave them. Take them. I suppose it couldn't hurt. Huh? Where'd they go?
Into my pocket.
Alright, poppers put in pocket. I'm not sure if we should be taking evidence like that. A lineup of plastic benches. I guess the idea is that you can buy a dog and eat it here. I doubt anyone would sit here and eat on a day like this, except maybe Maya, if she had a samurai dog. Okay, so that is that. What's in the trash can? Trash can is empty. At least the place is well maintained. Okay. What's this tree? Nope, no clues here. What's this tree?
Wow, Gourd Lake is really big.
Yeah.
Say, Nick, why is it called Gourd Lake?
Oh. Well, a long time ago, they used to grow gourds here.
Whoa, no way. I was sure it was because the lake looked like a gourd when viewed from above. You know, like an hourglass shape.
Well, it is shaped like a gourd, actually. But that's just a coincidence.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Huh? I almost didn't see that signpost. Left, boat docks, right, exit. Interesting. So we found some poppers, and you can eat a hot dog, and there is some docks, which is probably where we want to go, because that's where they probably got the boat. But we should probably go talk to Detective Gumshoe now. Ooh, we can go, wow, further in. Should we go to the boat rental shop? December 25th, boat rental shop.
Nick, what's this place?
A boat rental shop. Closed for Christmas, it seems. I guess a murder taking place on one of the boats won't be good for business either.
Boats? I've never ridden on a boat.
Really? Well, how about we go out on one when the trial's finished?
Hey, good idea, you bet.
Alright. Let's look at the boats. There are some boats floating at the dock. Was one of these boats used in the murder, I wonder?
Nick?
Huh?
I changed my mind. I don't really want to go for a boat ride.
A murder boat. Okay, whoops. Sorry, everybody. Alright. Let's see. Nothing in the sky. The small boat rental shop doesn't look like anyone is around. They're probably closed because it's Christmas. Oh, so the whole shop is that one clue. Oh, the woods. There's more forest off that way. I doubt if I find any helpful clues in there, but we are going to look. Interesting. We're gonna move back to the beach. We're gonna move into the woods. Christmas Day, Gourd Lake Woods.
I like it here, Nick. Look, someone's camping.
They've got Guts camping at the scene of the murder.
Hey, Nick. If they were camping here last night, they might know something about the murder.
That's true. Good call, Maya. Let's go talk to him. Ooh, we got slides. Cool. Let's see what we got. Oh, what's in the woods? The trees grow quite thick here. Further back, the trees fade into the shadow where the sunlight can't reach them. Okay. Scary A Woods, which is all of that. We're going to do the car, the sign, and the picnic in a second. Okay. Sign says no camping. Funny place to pitch your tent.
Wait, if the sign said no setting... Wait, what if the sign said no setting tents on fire?
I don't think they have signs like that.
Oh.
This SUV has seen better days. It's dented all over. I can't believe anyone would drive their car down here. All right.
Hey, Nick.
What? Don't tell me you're hungry again.
No. I was just wondering why are camping pots and pans made out of aluminum?
They didn't talk about that in any of the law books.
So there's no law saying they have to be made out of aluminum then?
I'm not having this conversation. Sometimes the writers are like, what are they really telling me here? There's food and some magazines on the sheet. It takes a pretty tough skin to camp in this cold. Okay. I like how there's like little stones at the edges. We don't want this blanket blown away. Probably nothing up here in the sky. And then we'll do the telescope last. No clues here on the beach. No clues on the water. I guess it's just this. This camera has a mic and some sort of attachment. It must take pictures when triggered by a noise.
Wow, cool. Let's try it out. Hi, I'm Nick. Maybe I'm not saying it loud enough. Hey, I'm Nick. Huh? Nick!
Will you stop that?
Maybe it's broken?
Don't kick it. Maybe it doesn't set to respond to voices.
Well, what then? These things?
The party poppers. Oh, look at that.
Well, it responded.
Yow! Hey, you, get your hands off of that thing.
Eek!
What? What now? Okay. New character. Think about the voice really quick. I actually need to take a little drink of water before. When I do Detective Gumshoe, it gets a little gravelly in there. What in the Sam Hill? Look what you've done now. There's a whole roll of film.
What? Huh? Sorry.
Sorry's nice, but don't pay my bills. Y'all know how much a roll of that film costs?
I'll pay you back.
What were y'all thinking setting off a party popper in a place like this?
Well, what?
Don't try to play stupid with me just because you think I'm some country bumpkin. Yeah, I know how y'all Yanks think. I say those southern folks talk with that exaggerated drawl. Why they must be dumb. Well, let me tell you, just because I might be dumb, don't mean we all are.
Nick, help.
And who are you now, the chaperone? Yeah, no, rather, we're sort of friends. Just figure out what y'all gonna say, and say it for bejesus's sake. Go. I'd rather sit through one of my papa's draws than listen to you stutter all day. Oh boy. I guess we should pay her for the film. Watch it. Yeah, yes ma'am. On second thought, I'll pay later.
I'm really sorry.
Why does she have this? What happened? What's your name?
What? Can't you see I'm changing the film on the camera here?
Someone, I'm not naming any names, but someone used up my whole roll.
Sorry.
That didn't work. I wonder if I have anything to show her that would get her attention.
What? Can't you see I'm changing the film?
Okay. Okay, let's see. Obviously, the presenter's this is my badge.
Huh? Aren't badges supposed to be all shiny and impressive? Are you a cop or something?
I'm a lawyer.
What? Y'all ain't gonna try to pull one of them lawsuits on me over that film now. Cause I'll have y'all know I'm a fighter and I wrestled meaner looking things than you.
No, that's not at all. We're here investigating a murder that took place here on the lake.
Murder. Sounds cool. Why didn't y'all say that in the first place? Go ahead, ask me anything you like.
Finally, some cooperation.
You two, y'all can come out of hiding now. I won't bite hard.
Come to think of it, where'd Maya get to?
Sorry, I was feeling a little overwhelmed, the culture gap and all. Never you mind, honey. I can talk Yank if it pleases you. Thanks, I think I'll be okay. Great then, I'm Lotta Hart, but y'all can call me Lotta. I'm here photographing meteor showers for the research project. Mighty pleased to meet you.
All right. Now let's talk about some real stuff.
Oh yeah, when was that murder anyway? I ain't seen much television lately.
It happened late in the night on Christmas Eve.
That's so, Christmas Eve.
A man on the boat was shot. Did you see anything?
Well, let me see. A boat, you say? I reckon I might have seen one. Not sure though. Y'all gotta remember, I've been watching this here lake for a good 3 days now. I've seen enough boats to choke a mule. Kinda hard to remember which one I seen when. So, what is it you do, Lotta? Huh? Me? Y'all don't. You don't really want to know. Wait, y'all don't really want to know that, do you? Actually, I'm a research student at Country U, right in the heart of the Heartland. Wow, neat. Nick, she's a research student at the university, Country U.
So I hear.
So when did you come up here? Let me see. I guess it was about 3 days ago.
What are you photographing?
Didn't I tell y'all that already? Meteors. Yep, meteor showers.
Fallen stars.
That's quite a camera you have there. Y'all better know it. It's German made. A genuine Solingen.
Isn't that where they make knives?
So what's that device you have stuck into the camera? Huh? Device? Your camera went off all by itself when I fired my party popper. Oh, that mic triggers the shutter whenever it detects certain sounds. It's programmed to pick up loud noises right now. A programmable camera. Neat.
Lotta's camera added to the court record. Set to automatically take a picture when a loud noise is detected face of the lake. Like a gunshot. Okay. Is there anything else? Oh. This camera's rigged to respond to noise, but it only responds to loud noises like a party popper. I mean, what do we do now? I mean, it's no use presenting her with her own thing, right? Maybe that's it? Wait, hold on. Is there anything else that happened differently here while we were gone? No. Anything else happening about rental shop? I know this is silly. We already were here. Nothing here. Alright, let's go back to the detention center. Let's see if we can talk to, what's his name? Oh, or actually, let's go to the, yeah. Let's go talk to Detective Gumshoe. Christmas Day, December 25th, Police Department, Criminal Affairs.
Looks like Detective Gumshoe isn't here.
Something wrong, miss? Turning yourself in? Okay, what'd you do? Shoplifting, larceny, public indecency?
No, none of those things. We're looking for Detective Gumshoe. Is he around?
Gumshoe? Oh yeah, he's in a meeting right now. I don't think he'll be out anytime soon.
Okay, we'll come back.
You do that. Oh, and go straight home, stay out of trouble. No more shoplifting, you got that?
Do I look like a criminal or something?
Alright. That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. Your mama could see. You know she'd be crying. Break and spit it out, you low-life scum. You must be doing image training for interrogations. Okay, no clues there. These are the detectives' desks. There are computers and files in each one. Funny, they're a lot tighter than I expect. I guess the detectives don't spend a lot of time at their desks. It's true. A poster of a female police officer. Wait, no, that's the latest Babes in Uniform calendar. My bad. This must be the chief of the detectives here. He's glued to his computer screen. What? God, Lake? God, excited! I don't believe it! Shouldn't you be reading something more important? Alright. Alright, I think that might be it, except for this little guy over here. Hey, is that the police department's mascot? That's the Blue Badger. It was my idea, I made it. It's my mascot. I see, how nice. I'll get him assigned mascot to the Criminal Affairs Department. It's the last thing I do. Good luck. Alright, so he ain't here. So I think we're gonna go back to the detention center. Okay, there's nothing here. So let's go back to our offices. Waste some time. No. Huh. Where do we go then? So I guess, do we present the camera to the lady? Do we go back to the scene? Let's go back here. Already confused about what we need to do here. We're gonna go back here. We're gonna present our camera to you. Lana? Yeah? So your camera, it triggers on loud explosions. Yep. Actually, the victim in the case we're researching, he was shot with a pistol. A pistol? Right. Now, wouldn't a gunshot make a similar noise to our party popper? I guess it would. Your camera didn't get a picture of the murder, did it?
Hey, y'all are pretty bright.
Huh?
I see what you're saying. Tell you what, I'll have a look and see at my film.
It would have been a photo taken late last night.
I checked them once. Don't remember if there's anything on them though. But what if I got something? I could become a witness to a genuine murder. Yeehaw! I'll go check that film. Y'all come back now, you hear? She went inside her SUV. I guess we should come back later?
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so I guess we gotta come back later, which means maybe it's time to see the detective again. Criminal Affairs Department. Here we go. December 25th, Police Department, Criminal Affairs.
I guess Detective Gumshoe's still in that meeting.
Hey! Thanks for coming down, pal.
Detective Gumshoe.
We just finished the meeting, for better or for worse. I get the feeling we're in for some bad news. Do you know anything about the victim yet? No, still can't ID him.
Has Mr. Edgeworth said anything else?
Not a word. So how'd the meeting go? I can't tell you, pal. You're a lawyer. True. You know, I don't know what to believe anymore. Sure, Mr. Edgeworth's human like you and me. Still, I get the feeling that he'd done something wrong. He wouldn't go hiding it. That's just the kind of guy he is. Why can't anybody else see that?
So they think Mr. Edgeworth did it?
Well, the trial's starting tomorrow as scheduled.
I see.
Hey, in the end, did you... you did tell us about the meeting. Don't go telling anyone else, pal. Yes, sir. And do me a favor. Stand by Mr. Edgeworth. He needs help. And you're the ones that help him. I'm sure he's got a reason why he won't talk to us.
Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. Detective Gumshoe, how come you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much?
Well, I like to think that was obvious. We got a strong working relationship, us two. We trust each other, and that's how it works.
A working relationship?
See, Mr. Edgeworth always gets his defendants declared guilty every time. Yeah, his methods might be a little extreme at times, but there's a reason. He trusts our investigation, see? He trusts us to get the right man. That's why I work hard, extra hard, pal. We got to earn that trust he places in us.
I see.
Miss Edgeworth is a man you could trust, and you have my word on that. I was wondering, did you ever get that autopsy report? Oh, that? Yeah, I made a copy for you. Alright. Look, I like how we're just getting information. We're getting autopsy reports. We're not even anyone's lawyer yet. Thank you.
Nick,
Huh?
can you show me that photo of the victim? That face.
Someone you know?
I don't know. I just have this feeling that I met him somewhere a long time ago.
Interesting. Time of death sometime on 24th to 25th. One bullet shot to the heart. Okay.
Shot through the heart.
Oh, what's this guy doing now? I don't see one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. Alright, hands up against the wall, all of you. Don't even think about escaping. I got eyes in the back of my head. You must be doing some image training for arrest. That must change every time we're here. Alright, there is... I am scared. Okay. What is it?
Oh, nothing. Just something's been bothering me. Could you show me that autopsy report once more? Hey, I remember now. This guy. He's a lawyer that was at the office Mia worked at. I met him once when I went out there to hang out with Sis.
That office? Wait. You mean Grossberg's office?
Right, that guy.
That was the last name I expected to come up. Maybe I should go talk to him, for old time's sake. Okay, there's nothing to examine here. Okay. We're moving to Grossberg's. December 25th, Grossberg Law Office. It's been a while since I was here last. Mr. Grossberg is out as usual. Desert Raven Gamer, what up in chat? Hello, I'm a bit confused. Is this happening in the past or present? Didn't it reference a case that you played through previously? This is happening in the present. Yeah, this is happening in the present, but she just had a recollection of somebody that Mia used to work with, and that's why we're in this law office.
Hey, Nick, look at the wall.
That painting is still missing. Mia must have known about the deal with Mr. Grossberg and Red White. She kept track of all of White's extortion and blackmail rackets. Expensive stuff. A table for clients. An elegant ebony case. If I'm not mistaken, that lighter's made of solid gold. Yeah. I'm not really into smoking.
We could put out candy or gum.
Classy. Expensive potted plant. No idea what kind of plant it is, but probably the most expensive one available.
I think our Charlie is cuter.
Right. He's a real cute plant.
Why is the wall there a different color?
The big painting was hanging there until recently.
What happened to it?
Well, he gave it to someone.
I bet he gave it to someone some romantic interest. Love blooms eternal, Nick.
Doesn't she know this, that painting got taken by Red White? Yeah. A solid mahogany desk, the wood's been polished with deep luster.
Hey, Nick, I want a desk like that in our office, too.
I don't know. I don't think I'm ready to sit at a desk like that yet.
Huh? I meant for me.
You better start saving your allowance, then. Is this a colossal waste of time? Expensive-looking mahogany bookshelves full of expensive books. They don't look like they've ever been read.
Well, then let's take them back to our office. He won't miss them.
We don't need them.
Think we took that wooden bear?
It is kind of cute. Am I investigating here for no reason? Am I getting absolutely no information? This is all stuff from last time. Why would they tell us to come here and there's nothing here? Let's go back to our office. Let's check the usual things. There's nothing here. This is just like banter. I guess we're moving back to the detention center, maybe. Okay, Edgeworth still won't talk to us. Okay, we gotta go back. We gotta go back and check out the film. Let's check out the film. Maybe she developed it already. December 25th, Gourd Lake Woods.
Hey, y'all. Lotta.
Wait up a sec, we got bingo. Bingo?
Bingo?
My automatic camera took 2 pictures last night.
Hey.
This is them, take a look. Damn, look at this. Wait!
See, he's shooting him with a pistol.
It looks like that, yes.
But you can't really tell who that is shooting.
Yeah, well, there was enough fog out there last night to strangle Bullfrog.
But you know,
seeing these photos remind me of something.
What?
I saw the murder happen. I'm a witness.
What?
Are you serious?
Of course.
How do you forget? Never mind.
Y'all reckon I should tell the cops?
I reckon so. I reckon so.
What's that?
Now don't y'all go trying to mock my accent.
I'm a sensitive lady.
Hey, so I'm off to talk to the cops. Y'all can have this photo. Later. Wait, Lotta.
What?
Can't y'all see I'm kinda busy? Tell us what you saw too, please.
Nice try, honey,
But I wasn't born yesterday. I'm a witness, and that means I'm on the side of justice, and that means the cops. I'd sooner eat the south side of a northbound skunk than tell you.
Lotta.
Don't let it get to your skivvies in a bunch. Don't let it get your skivvies in a bunch. Friends today, enemies tomorrow. Or was that the other way around? No matter. I'm gone. Hey, maybe they'll let me do some testifying. Hot darn. Alright.
She left. Well, that's one more witness. What do we do now, Nick?
Well, if she saw something, there's not much we can do about it. The question is, what exactly did she see? I guess we'll find out in trial tomorrow. But we took the photo of the lake. Anything else? Think there is nothing. Maybe we'll talk to Gumshoe. There's the camera, faces the lake, next to a large microphone and a blue plastic sheet. Looks like a computer is attached to the camera. Interesting. Okay. Where to go now? Oh! December 25th, Cord Lake Public Beach. What's happening here?
Looks like the police have given up their interviewing. Ah! Nick, I think Santa's mad at you.
Long time no see, Nick.
Nick, you know Santa? Wow, Nick and Saint Nick. Hey, I see the connection.
Don't be ridiculous. Dude, it's me. Larry Butts. What are you doing here? I forgot what his voice was. Isn't it obvious? I'm working my day job. I'm just gonna give him the same voice as Phoenix. I sell samurai dogs. Want one? Gotta get money for dates, you know. My girl, Fiance deserves the best. Fiance, not another model, I hope. Oh, Fiance's a fine woman, Nick. It was her idea that I wear the costume. She was all, you go, girlfriend, you know? She bought this costume for me. That's great, Larry.
Wow, a Santa costume. She must be really nice.
Whoa, cute. Nick, who's she? She's not your, not my what? No, she's not.
I'm his partner, Maya Faye. I'm, the little sister.
Sister? Oh, Nick, must be tough. Working 9 to 5, having to take care of a little sister.
No, I'm not Nick's sister. I'm my older sister's little sister.
Huh? Sounds great. Don't worry, Maya, he's not listening. What happened here, Larry? Hey, Larry. There was a murder here last night, and since you work here, have you heard anything?
Nick, you're wasting your time. Last night was Christmas Eve. He was with Fiance, obviously. He wouldn't have been standing out here in the cold.
Oof. I think what you just said caught him off guard, Maya. No, it's just, Fiance's not in town right now, but she's in Hawaii on a photo shoot. A model, I knew it. Well, anyway, there was a murder on the lake, and trial's tomorrow. Huh? Neat. The defendant is Edgeworth, Miles Edgeworth.
Nick? Why would Larry know Edgeworth?
Whoa, Nick. You don't mean that Miles Edgeworth? Old Edgy? Yeah, he's a murder suspect. Whoa, murder?
Huh? You know Mr. Edgeworth, Larry?
Yeah, of course. Edgy was in the same class as us in grade school.
What? So Mr. Edgeworth was your classmate, Larry?
Yeah, Nick, him, and I used to hang out all the time. Oh, the plot thickens. We're all buddies, huh?
Wow, I never knew.
Don't get me wrong. He's always been kind of a stick in the mud. Studying all the time, trying to be like father.
Like his father?
Yeah, Edgy's pop was a famous defense lawyer back in the day.
Wow. Wait. You said defense lawyer?
Yeah.
Wait a second. But if Mr. Edgeworth is a prosecuting attorney...
What? Edgy's got a proboscis on his knee?
No, he's a prosecuting attorney. That's like the total opposite of a defense lawyer.
Huh? Go figure. He always used to talk about defending the weak and who were unable to defend themselves. Man, he used to go on and on and on about the man's duty to society and all that. What a bore. I wonder what changed his mind, though. Do you know, Nick?
Nick?
Let's talk about samurai dogs.
Tell me about the dogs.
Oh, you mean samurai dogs?
Why are they samurai dogs? I mean, they kind of look gourd-shaped.
Oh, well, originally they were gourd dogs, you know, like guard dogs. Ouch. The samurai thing was Kiance's idea. Oh, she's my woman, you know. But she was all, change the name, you go, girlfriend. She made me that banner. Man, the kids can't get enough of those samurai dogs.
Something about that just seems wrong.
Oh, and guess what? We're getting a ton of customers here at the lake. What with the big news?
The big news?
Yeah, Gordy.
Gordy?
Yeah. Tell us about Gordy.
What's Gordy?
Huh? You mean you don't know? It's here in this very lake. A giant mysterious monster, Gordy.
A monster?
Yeah. Check it out. This is an article from yesterday's paper. There's a photo. Oh.
Wow, it's really real.
Alright. Hot news. Giant life form appears in Gourd Lake.
Nick, a monster, a real monster.
Yeah, it's probably just a log or something, right? It looks like a statue or a dinosaur. Hey, there's a quote here from the person who took the photo. What's this? I set the camera to automatic, and when we got into the frame, I heard a loud bang, like an explosion, followed by the sound of something slipping into the water. Huh.
I wish we could have seen it.
Why would there be a sound like an explosion? Larry, can I borrow this article from you? Sure, no problem. That'd be $1 million.
1 million.
Grow up, Larry. Alright. What could this be? That was a good find, everybody. That was a good find. I can't get over the samurai dogs.
The original samurai dog, no less.
Hey man, whoever calls their product the original first wins. Why don't you add world famous to the sign? Hey, good idea! What have I done? Yeah, samurai dogs #1. Okay. Should we go back to the boat rental shop? Is there anything here? I think we just have to go talk to Gumshoe or go to the detention center and talk to Edgeworth. Anywhere else to go? We're in the woods. I think there's nothing here. Yeah, we either have to now convince Miles to take us on as an attorney. Ooh, he won't talk to us still. Maybe we can talk to Gumshoe now that we... Oh, let's go back to Grossberg's. Let's see if he's here. Yep. Detective, December 25th, Grossberg Law Office. Ahem! That old familiar clearing of the throat. Aha! You're Mia's something, are you not? I was her understudy, yes, Phoenix Wright. Aha! And you're Mia's, something too, are you not?
Her little sister, yes.
You've grown! You've come to look a lot like your sister, you know? It takes me back. Ah, the days of my youth. Like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. Mr. Grossberg, sir. Ah, yes, I beg your pardon. Of course you came here to discuss something. What is it then? Something the matter? Yeah, everything. What happened? There was a murder last night. A murder? You haven't, heard. I, just got up, you see. Well, Miles Edgeworth shot somebody with a pistol. Edgeworth? What? Who did he shoot? Well, the identity of the victim is still unknown. This is terrible news indeed. I guess he hadn't heard anything. Mr. Grossberg, whatever happened to that painting? Oh, yes, I do not think I shall ever be coming back to this office. I can't exactly claim it as stolen. I suppose it's just my desserts. Old, bitter desserts. Why am I here? What do you have to do with anything? What can I present to you? Let's present you this. Yes. Strange. I feel as though I've seen this man somewhere before. Ah! Do you remember? He was a lawyer here in my office. That's Hammond, Robert Hammond.
Mr. Hammond.
And you say this is the man Miles Edgeworth shot? Yeah, let's talk about him. Who was this Hammond guy anyway? Mr. Hammond. He was the defense attorney in that case. That case? Yes, the Dl6 incident. Dl6? Why does that sound so familiar? Come on now. Perhaps you remember? I'm sure someone mentioned it during the trial for Mia's murder. That was the incident where the police were so, at a loss, they used a spirit medium.
Wait, you don't mean... Was that medium my mother?
Yes, my dear. The spirit medium, Mr. Fay, your mother, contacted the spirit of the victim. But the case was a loss. No conviction was made. The Dl6 incident, yes, happened 15 years ago. A very strange case indeed. They never caught the criminal, right? Correct. Mr. Fay used her powers to talk to the spirit of the late victim. Her testimony led to charges being laid against one man. But Mr. Hammond won the case and the suspect was declared innocent.
And the police blamed my mother, calling her a fraud. You were the one who helped her out then, Mr. Grossberg.
Yes, quite.
Thank you.
No, please, don't mention it. Dl6. Never thought I'd hear that name again.
But wait, what does that case have anything to do with Mr. Edgeworth?
It has everything to do with Miss Edgeworth, my dear. The victim in the Dl6 incident was none other than his father, Gregory Edgeworth. The plot thickens.
What? His father?
If you want to know more, you should ask him yourself. Show him this. I'm sure he'll talk to you.
Wait, this is a photograph of my mother.
Misty Fay's photo added to the court record. Oh my god, the plot thickens, everybody. Is there anything else to show him? So this is the moment the crime took place, huh? Yes. You can't really say for sure that's Edgeworth. I'm not sure whether that's a good or a bad thing. Not sure at all. My apologies. I'm not sure I can help you with that. Misty Fay, mother of me and Maya Fay. Show this photograph to Miles Edgeworth. He'll have something to say to you then. Okay. We're going to the detention center. December 25th, detention center. Visitor's room.
What's this? I was hoping you got my message the first time.
Edgeworth, what about your defense?
It's no concern of yours.
I guess he hasn't found anyone yet.
Edgeworth, it's only been a matter of hours since you last visited, yet you've made incredible progress in your investigation. I'll admit it, I'm impressed, Wright. You're always single-minded in your work, though. Once you start on something, you always see it through, don't you?
About the Dl6 incident.
Right, Dl6. I didn't want you to find out about it. That's why I refused your offer to defend me. I'm sorry if that sounded like I thought you were up to the job.
Y'all, right? That was exactly what we thought.
I just wanted to keep you away from Dl6.
So, do you still think it would have been better for me to stay away?
I don't know, but I see no point in hiding anything from you from now. Very well. Ask whatever you like, and I'll answer the best of my abilities.
Alright, let's talk.
The Dl6 incident was when my father died.
Whoa.
Right before my eyes. He was shot and killed, and I saw it all. My memories from that time are foggy. I suppose it's a self-defense mechanism. In any case, a suspect was arrested. A man. It's pretty clear he was the only one who could have killed my father. The spirit medium they used to talk to my late father said the same thing. It was an attorney by the name of Robert Hammond that cleared the suspect's name. And Hammond is the victim in the Gourd Lake...
and Hammond is the victim in the Gourd Lake murder.
Correct. That spirit medium, that was my mom.
What? You mean you're... It's strange. I thought that terrible incident was about to end, and now... this. About to end? The Dl6 Incident happened 15 years ago. 15 years ago, on December 28th.
December 28th?
The statute of limitations of the case runs out in 3 days. What?
Nick, what does that mean?
When a case's statute of limitations runs out legally, the case never happened. 3 days from now, Dl6 will be closed forever. Yo, what up, Keyforge Premier League in chat?
What happened to the suspect, the one who got off innocent?
I don't know. He disappeared from the public view. Nobody knows where to. If he's still alive, he'd be about 50 years old now. I guess I can understand why you go into hiding. It'd be hard to live a normal life after being a murder suspect in such a big case.
So is your father a lawyer?
He was. Gregory Edgeworth. He was quite famous at the time, apparently.
So you were sort of trying to follow in his footsteps.
I'd rather not talk about it. Alright. Am I gonna be your lawyer or what, dude? There's nothing to do. I think we have to present him with stuff. Oh yeah, we can present him with all sorts of stuff. Here, look at this photo. Look at this photograph. Who would have thought there would be a photo? Edgeworth, did you shoot him? What do you think, Wright? I don't think you're the kind to point a gun at anyone, no.
So you didn't shoot him?
No, I didn't. It wasn't me. Right. It pains me to ask you this now.
I know, you want us to defend you.
Yes. Will you? Of course we will, Edgeworth. Who could have guessed this day would come? Not me. This is my chance to finally pay you back.
Pay him back?
Pay me back? For what? I don't remember ever doing anything for you. Never mind. I guess you don't really need to know. Huh? My letter of request. Please give it to Detective Gumshoe. Alright, here we go. We finally got a request. Although, we should probably get a retainer. Can't be doing this work for free. Well, I guess we should. What's that?
Earthquake, Nick. It's a big one. Wow. It's coming now.
Phew.
That was scary.
Huh? Where's Edgeworth?
There. He's on the floor in the ball, shivering. I guess he doesn't do so well with earthquakes.
I've heard of running, but curling up in the ball?
Well, I guess we're done. Mr. Edgeworth doesn't seem like he's going to stand up anytime soon. Let's go, Nick.
This is probably one of those really weird details where it's just like, you know, when we're in court and we're like, take that! Mr. Edgeworth doesn't like loud noises. Right. We have to give Edgeworth letter request to Detective Gumshoe. Okay. Everything stable? Yep. We are off to the Criminal Affairs Department. December 25th, Police Department, Criminal Affairs. What's going on here?
Eek.
What's wrong, Detective? This wild lady just came in here a while ago. Says she came to talk to y'all after hearing what Mr. Wright had to say. What's all this about, pal? Lot of heart. Why are you going around finding more witnesses? You want to give Mr. Edgeworth the death sentence, pal? No, not at all. Just, I mean, she did see something. There's nothing I can do about that. I can't go around covering up evidence. You trying to say something about the way I do my job? No, sir. Hold on. I would like to present to you. Look at what I got. Hey, you did it, pal. Glad I wasted till the last minute to file those papers. I'll rip them up and start new ones for you. Thanks, Detective. We'll see you in court tomorrow then. Good luck, pal. Hey. You guys feel that earthquake a little while back? I was worried.
Worried? We're fine. I lived out here my whole life. I'm pretty used to them by now.
Oh, I wasn't worried about you two. I was worried about Miss Edgeworth. Alright, he did seem to overreact a little now that you mention it. Yeah, well, I'm not surprised. It was a pretty big quake. I'm gonna go check on him. You two go eat and get rest for tomorrow's trial. Later.
I wonder what it is with Mr. Edgeworth and earthquakes. I wonder...
He was never that scared of them when he was in school. Oh no, I thought there was like all this stuff we had to talk to, what's his name about? Then again, I only really got to know him in 4th grade. He transferred to another school after that. I wonder what happened to Edgeworth. Is this to be continued? Yeah, to be continued. Which we will continue right now. I will take a... Alright, hold on. Let's save. Obviously. It is day 2 of the trial. I'm going to take a quick bio break. And I will be right back. Alright, back y'all. Let us... yeah. Let's save it again, just in case. And, here we go. December 26th, 9:44 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Karma? That's right. Manfred von Karma. He's the best prosecutor there is. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. He is the god of prosecution. Right, a god.
Not a single case?
He'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Sounds like someone else I know. Edgeworth.
You don't understand. I mean, he'll really do anything. Manfred von Karma is a man to be feared.
That's quite a claim coming from someone who forges evidence.
He taught me what it really means to prosecute.
What?
Just picture prosecutors vicious as me, multiplied by a factor of 10. So he was your teacher then, Mr. Edgeworth?
Something like that.
And now he's trying to get you guilty? What a creep. Oh wait, maybe he's planning on losing on purpose to help you out.
Not a chance.
He hasn't lost once in 40 years. 40 years! He's as ruthless as me, times 20. That's pretty ruthless.
Like I said, he's a god amongst prosecutors. I guess that's something like Mia was to me. Speaking of Mia... Maya?
Uh-huh.
We could really be using Mia's help right now, don't you think?
Oh. I can't. Sorry, I tried. I really tried. But I couldn't reach.
You couldn't reach?
I think it's because I haven't been training. My powers are weak again.
Oh man, what bad timing.
I'm really sorry.
I don't know, Phoenix. I think we have to stop leaning on Mia as a crutch.
I'll try my best.
I hope so.
What are you whispering about?
Oh, it's nothing. Well, it's time. Let's head in. Are we really significantly prepared for this case? December 26th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 3. Oh, dear, look at that. Prosecutor, man. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Von Karma, is the prosecution ready?
Fool. You seriously think that I would stand here? Were I not completely prepared?
Right. My apologies. He's even got the judge scared. Very well. Your opening statement, please.
Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required?
Nothing, of course. That should be fine. The prosecution may call its first witness.
What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something?
How am I supposed to fight against this?
I call the detective in charge of this case. Detective Dick Gumshoe.
Okay, Gumshoe's first. Let's see how this goes.
Describe the incident now.
Yes, sir. Whoops. Sorry about that. Detective Gumshoe looks nervous. Please take a look at the map. The murder happened late Christmas Eve around midnight. There was, one boat in the very middle of the lake. There were 2 men on the boat. Now there happened to be a woman camping here on the edge of the lake. At 12:10 a.m., she heard 2 pistol shots. Then the boat started to move. It went towards the boat rental shop. Overhead map added to the court record.
Testify to the court about the arrest. Now.
Wait, Mr. Von Karma.
Yes?
Actually, I'm the one that's supposed to be handling these proceedings.
Wrong. There's only one thing you need to do here. You will slam down your gavel and say the word guilty. That is your role.
Yes, of course. You're quite right. No, he's not. And I'm sweating. Witness testimony: the arrest of Edgeworth. A man called into the station around 30 minutes after midnight. We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all, but the next morning, a body was found in the lake. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. I see. Very well.
Begin your cross-examination, attorney. Now.
All right. It's our cross-exam. A man called into the station 30 minutes after midnight. We're going to press him on this one. Hold it. You received a call from a man? Yep. But you said there was a woman camping there. She was the one that heard the 2 gunshots, right?
That woman and the man who called in the report are 2 different people, obviously.
Different people?
There were 2 witnesses.
Irk.
Their testimonies were quite similar, however. Today, I've summoned the woman who was camping.
The woman who was camping, a lot of heart.
What happened next, detective?
Headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. How long was it between receiving the report and arrival at the lake? Well, I'd say it was about 3 minutes. That's pretty fast. Our motto is, for the month is get there quick.
Detective, you will refrain from casually revealing department secrets.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
I do look forward to your next year's salary review.
So much to look forward to these days.
This is no time for dejected daydreaming. Continue.
Yes, sir. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. What was Mr. Edgeworth like when you saw him then?
Well, from what you saw, he looked pretty relaxed. From what I saw, he looked pretty relaxed. Not like a murderer at all, really.
Detective, the court requires the facts, not your opinion. How many years have you been on the force? Facts only, detective. Hard, cold, objective facts.
Yes,
Man, he's got his share of objections. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all. Why didn't you think he was suspicious?
You should know. We have a deep, trusting relationship with the prosecutors.
Detective, the court isn't interested in your musings. Deep, trusting poppycock. I've never heard so many flippant comments from an active detective on the force.
Detective Gumshoe doesn't look so good.
Continue. Now.
But the next morning, a body was found in the lake. Did you find any clues on the body?
A single bullet was recovered from the body.
He was shot through the heart, fatally.
Judge, here's the bullet. It didn't strike bone, so its shape is well preserved.
Very well. The court accepts this bullet into evidence.
This bullet added to the court record. It's a .22 caliber.
So we had to arrest Edgeworth.
Why is that?
Well, we found the murder weapon in the boat.
The murder weapon.
A pistol.
Detective Gumshoe, that is a vital piece of information. Please revise your testimony.
Right, sorry, Your Honor. The murder weapon we found in the boat was decisive evidence.
What about the pistol made it decisive evidence? Ack, he has the same evil laugh as Edgeworth.
There were fingerprints on the pistol we found on the boat. There were clear prints from Mr. Edgeworth's right hand.
What? Damn, dude.
Order. So Mr. Edgeworth's fingerprints were found on the murder weapon.
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge, this is the weapon in question.
Accepted into evidence.
Pistol added to the court record?
Members of the court, we now have the pistol used in the murder and the bullet found in the body. Detective.
Yes, sir.
Was the bullet found in the body fired from this pistol?
Yes. The ballistic markings on the bullet matched the pistol.
Hey, Nick. What does he mean, ballistic markings? Shocking. To imagine someone here does not know something as basic as ballistic markings. Nick, he's glaring at me. Very well, I'll explain. Actually, Judge, you do it.
Huh? Me? Ballistic markings are like the fingerprints of a gun. The barrel leaves distinctive marks on each bullet it fires. You can examine these ballistic fingerprints to see which gun fired the shot. It's quite accurate.
Indeed. This leads to one inevitable conclusion. The bullet found in the victim's heart was without a doubt fired from this pistol. This pistol, which, you may recall, was covered with the defendant's own fingerprints.
Order.
This is bad. This makes it look like Edgeworth did it.
Well, Judge?
I'd say it's almost decisive, yes. Honestly, I could declare a verdict at this point. However...
You wish to hear the witness speak, no doubt. Very well. I am somewhat fatigued, so I will take a brief break. I will call my witness after the recess, which will last 10 minutes. Judge.
Yes?
What are you doing? A 10-minute recess now.
But wait,
Just bang your flimsy gavel and get on with it, man.
Yes.
What?
This court will take a 10-minute recess.
Oh, who's running this court anyway? I guess we weren't going to present any evidence to Gumshoe. December 26, 11:09 a.m. District Court. Defendant lobby number 2. Edgeworth, what's going on there? Your fingerprints were on the murder weapon. In that foggy photo, it makes one thing clear. The only one who could have shot that man was the person in the photo. True. Was that you in the boat?
Yes, it was me.
What?
But you must believe me, I didn't shoot him.
Then who did?
I don't know.
You don't know? Weren't you right there?
I heard a gunshot from very close by. Then the other man fell from the boat. I can't say why, but I thought at the time that he had shot himself.
You mean it was a suicide?
That's the only explanation I can come up with.
Huh, how am I gonna convince anybody of that? Say, Maya? Huh?
Huh? What?
Any progress with Mia?
Oh, sorry, it's no good. I know. I'm no good for anything, am I, Nick? If I can't call my sister, I might as well not be here, right?
No, I need you here. No, of course, I need you here. I can see you're always trying to help out. Even if you don't actually help, it's the thought that counts, right?
It's okay, Nick. You don't have to make me feel better. I don't know anything about trials or defense. What's more, I'm a spirit medium. We can't even contact spirits.
Well, everybody has their off days. I mean, I've just been getting lucky lately. But you know, when my luck is... But you never know when my luck is going to run out.
Really? Wow, right. Don't jinx this case more than it already is. It's bad for my heart.
Oh, sorry. Whoops. I am the worst.
Court is back in session. Mr. Von Karma, call your witness.
Yes. Will Miss Lotta Hart take the stand? Lotta Hart, you are a research student at a university?
That I am.
Good. Begin by telling us what you saw the night of the incident. And don't add anything trivial or subjective. Understand?
Y'all need to learn some manners.
Understand?
Yeah, I understand. I understand.
Very well. Your testimony, please.
Witness testimony, witness account. It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. I heard this bang come from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Then there was another bang. There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat. That's it?
Enough.
Huh?
Judge, she happened to take a photo of the incident. This is that photo accepted as evidence.
Well, this is a surprise. This looks like the very moment of the murder. Order. I will remove people from this courtroom if I do not have order immediately.
As the witness testified, she looked at the lake when she heard the shot. There was no other boats on that lake, so the man in the boat that the victim must have been the one who shot him. Yes, it was the defendant, Miles Edgeworth.
Order, order, order. I will have order.
Well, Judge.
The evidence is decisive. I have very little doubt about this case. Very well. This court finds the defendant.
Wait, Your Honor. I haven't cross-examined the witness yet.
A cross-examination? We have photographic proof. What question can there possibly be? This photo is worth 1,000 words, and they all read guilty. You lose. Or do you claim to have found a contradiction in her testimony? Very well. If you have to, you may cross-examine the witness. You will only flounder and ask meaningless questions. If you fail to find anything, and then I will have you held in contempt of court.
Nick, contempt?
Contempt of court, you know.
I guess I understand. Well, what are you gonna do? Do you really think there was a contradiction with the facts in your testimony?
I think there was. I think I noticed one little thing.
Wow, I'm impressed, Nick. I didn't notice anything. Right, let's take him on.
I don't know if I really noticed anything. Ready? Okay, this is where I'm going to need your help. I understand. I will cross-examine the witness.
Very well.
I pray for your sake this isn't a waste of time.
Cross-exam. It was Christmas Eve just after midnight, I reckon. How did you know? Just after midnight, you say. In other words, it was no longer Christmas Eve, but Christmas Day.
Huh?
Yeah, well, yes.
I know you want to find contradictions, but really...
I hope your next contradiction is a little more relevant to the trial. Witness, continue your testimony.
I was in my car. Okay, we need to look at what we have to present here. Weapon, bullet, map. So the photo and the camera are really the two things that we got, huh? I was in my car. Why were you camping there anyway?
I'm a research student at my university. I was taking pictures to use my research.
What research? This all sounds suspicious. Press further. Miss Hart, could you be more specific about your research?
What does the witness's motive in camping by the lake have to do with this case? The answer is nothing. I object to this line of questioning. Objection sustained.
Wait now, I'm the one who says that.
Well then say it already.
Objection sustained.
Thanks for nothing. I heard this bang come up from the lake. Come up from the lake? So you weren't looking at the lake at the time?
No, I looked after I heard that noise.
She said that already. I asked you to find contradictions, not leisurely chat with the witness.
When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Could you clearly see the two men?
Just look at that picture. Clear enough for you?
Uh-oh. It was foggy. Wait a second. I wasn't asking you about the photo. I was asking if you saw the two men.
Yeah, well, of course.
The witness has testified that she saw them. There's also a photo. You'd best look elsewhere for your precious contradictions.
He jumped in quick. He's hiding something. Wait a minute. Then there was another bang. Were you watching the moment the shot rang out?
Well, yeah, sure.
You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless. Contradictions, Mr. Wright, not meaningless babble.
On karma, I think I hate you. He's trying to keep me from talking to the witness.
To what end?
There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but the boat. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, sure as a country gal can be.
That sounds pretty sure. How come you're so sure?
Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake.
Scanned the whole lake? It almost sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat. Miss Hart, you...
Mr. Wright, the witness has answered the question in full.
Huh.
No need for further questions. Objection sustained.
That's what I'm...
Sustained.
Yes, of course.
Oh, great. Gavelled.
Enough. I think we've heard all we need to hear, Mr. Wright. It seems you are unable to find a contradiction in the testimony worth noting.
Oh man, I didn't even present anything. But, Your Honor.
You keep your promise.
Mr. Wright, I am afraid that I will have to penalize any further outbursts by holding you in contempt of court.
And if that happens, you'll have to leave the courtroom immediately. Understood?
Nick, Lada's testimony is fishy, Nick. Real fishy.
I know what you mean, but if I can't say anything, what can I do?
I believe we've covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision.
Then pass your judgment.
Very well. Mr. Miles Edgeworth, please take the stand.
Who's objecting?
Who was that?
It was me.
Is something wrong? Do you need to use the facilities?
No, I do not. Lada Hart, your testimony stinks. It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful that you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth. This is a matter of life or death. Lada, did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth that night? Did you see him fire that pistol?
You will stand down. The court does not acknowledge the defense's outburst.
Answer me, Lada. What's the big idea treating me like some kind of criminal? I saw him, I swear it, I saw Edgeworth.
Enough! Judge, declare the defense in contempt of court.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry, but you were warned. Guard, escort Mr. Wright out of the courtroom. He is in contempt of court and must leave.
No. No! Wait!
I was the one who made the outburst, Your Honor. Nick is innocent.
Ha! What's the difference? All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Wrong. Wrong.
What?
Did you hear what Miss Hart just said? She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony. That changes her testimony, and I have a right to cross-examine her again.
Order.
You're in contempt of court. It's too late for wild claims. Judge, sustain my objection.
Rose said, Judge, come on.
I'm sorry, Mr. Von Karma, but I cannot.
What?
Miss Lotta Hart has made a new testimony. The defense does have a right to cross-examine her again.
But he is in contempt of court.
No, I am. And if you're going to arrest someone, arrest me.
Very well. Maya Fey, you will leave the courtroom immediately.
Nick, I did what I could. You have to do the rest. Good luck.
Maya.
She took one for the team. Gavelled.
I care not for this melodrama. Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate badgering of my witnesses.
I'm running out of time. I better find a contradiction in here or else.
Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination.
Alright, cross-examination. That last statement. I saw it clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. Well, what about the other man?
You cannot expect to be allowed to blithely ignore your promise, Mr. Wright. I believe you claim there was a contradiction in the witness's testimony. Well, find it, if you can.
Mr. Wright, I have to assign you a penalty.
Damn it. That's it?
Uh-oh. I don't know if I can find anything in that. But I can't squander Maya's efforts either. Okay, we have to present something. Got you. Got you, Miss Hart. Finally.
What? You got what?
Look at this photograph.
The photo I took? The very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Miss Hart. So? This picture was taken with a professional high-quality film, right? Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men on the boat. Yet you claim you saw Edgeworth. How? What?
Mr. Wright has a point.
That's why I told you not to say that in her testimony, please. Yet now she has said it, Mr. Von Karma. How could you possibly see Edgeworth? Explain yourself.
Miss Hart,
What?
could you see the defendant that night?
Of course, I said I could, and I meant I could.
Then please testify as to the circumstances of your sighting.
I did it. I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony. How Edgeworth was seen. You're right, it was a cold night and the fog was thick as grits. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out of the lake, I looked out with my binoculars. See? No problem.
You used binoculars. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
This one better be good. Now Edgeworth was seen. It was a cold night and the mist was thick as grits. Do we press this? So, how could you see Edgeworth? Now, just hold your horses for a second. You hasty Yankee types never find a gal where I'm from.
Defense attorneys have trouble with that as it is.
Nobody loves me. So once I finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Your camera? Yeah, it's got an automatic. The issue we are concerned with here is Miss Hart seeing Mr. Edgeworth. The camera has nothing to do with this at all.
Objection sustained.
It's not letting her answer any of my questions. Wait, what do we gotta present something. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. Binoculars? Yeah, binoculars. Yesterday you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Well, yeah. Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars for that? This seems like terrible. I've got doubts about your camera too. Was that really to take pictures of meteor showers? The camera's irrelevant to this case. You can't say that for certain.
Mr. Wright, is the camera really relevant to this case? If you believe it is, you may continue with this line of questioning.
But know this. If you find nothing with this, there will be consequences.
Well, Mr. Wright, do you wish to press further about the camera?
Yes. This is a make it or break it time. The camera is of utmost importance, Your Honor. It is, perhaps, the key to this entire case. Oh no, why am I saying this? Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning. Maybe I went a little overboard. Perhaps.
Very well. Miss Hart, you will testify to the court about the camera.
Yeah, I hear you. The camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower. Well, why was it set up with an audio thing? You were photographing shooting stars? That's a lie. Says who? I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake. You have to point a camera upwards to take photos of the stars, Miss Hart.
Gavel. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
The witness was not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Your Honor.
Well then, what exactly was she photographing?
I think she was there photographing... Hold on. Was she photographing this thing? Gordy? The monster in the lake? I think she was there. This seems so stupid. Show evidence. Your Honor, take a look at this. What was Miss Hart trying to photograph in the lake? If this is... Oh my god. Here we go. Starfish? What does that mean? Chris is in chat. Oh, she was trying to photograph starfish? Miss Hart. This is what you were trying to photograph.
What's this? A newspaper article? Gordy. Ah, the sighting at Gord Lake.
Well, Miss Hart, I never heard of no lake monster. You got proof or something? Let's see you prove that I was down at the lake trying to photograph this Gordy. Shite. Okay, I think we're gonna show that I have proof. I have it. Proof.
Intriguing. Very well, let's see it, and no joking around this time. What is proof the witness was trying to photograph this Gordy Lake monster?
The proof, Miss Hart, is your own camera. The camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? Thus, this photograph here was taken when a gun fired on the lake. And here, this article about Gordy. According to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. Well, you were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? That's why you had set your camera to respond to loud noises.
Order. I see. I too thought it was a little strange.
Yes, sir. Well, Miss Hart, you were camping there to try to get a photo of Gordy, weren't you? Yeah. Not bad. Are all you lawyers that smart? So smart, boy. I was down there trying to photograph Gordy and you got me. So what? Huh? That don't change what I saw, does it? Exactly. What you just used several precious minutes of our time to prove is nothing more than the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist. Hey! But as she so succinctly said, so what? It changes nothing. Not true. You were hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason, I know it. But what could it have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this.
Miss Hart, why did you hide the fact that you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony.
Okay, we gotta get her this time. We gotta get her. Right, fine, I'll testify. It won't change nothing, though. Something will change, it has to. And I'm going to spot it. Oh, God. Witness testimony, Lyle is new testimony. Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out that lake. And there wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash near one of the men's hands, and I heard a gunshot. I was looking right at that boat the whole time, crossed my heart, and hoped to fry.
Oof. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
The witness's testimony is unchanged from before. Whether she's a research student or a photographer has no bearing on this case. There is no need to waste more of our time with another pointless cross-examination. I claim the defense's right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. When Carmen's up to something, I just know it. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her because... Why? Was there a contradiction?
Very well. You may begin the cross-examination. You seem sure of yourself. You must have something in mind.
Ha! That would be a first.
Very funny.
You understand that this is your last chance at the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. If there is no problem with the testimony this time, we will let the witness leave. I will announce my verdict at that time, Mr. Wright. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination, Lada's new testimony. Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. What are you? What evidence do we have? We have a pistol, fired 3 times, bears prints from Edgeworth's hand. That's kind of weird, because I think we only heard 2 shots. Found the victim body, ballistic markings match, murder weapon, overhead map. Let's look at it really quick. So the boat was over here, and this is Lada's van, and then the boat went over here. Okay, I don't think this is helpful right now. We already did the article. This is Maya's mom. The lake photo we've used, but we could use it again. Sometime on the 24th or 25th, 1 bullet shot to the heart. And then that. Okay. I'm actually not a research student. Let's press on that. Then what manner of person are you? I'm not sure highfalutin enough to be called a manner of anything. I am an investigative photographer. An investigative photographer? Yep. You get your photo and I sell it to the press. It's that kind of business. Hey, I was taking pictures of my sister's graduation last year. And guess what? What? There was a UFO just hanging in the sky. Oh, UFO. A UFO? You know, an unidentified flying object, a UFO. That's when I had a sort of revelation. I knew I should become an investigative photographer. I see. Kind of a shaky business basis for a career. Imagine what a scoop it would be if I got a picture of that monster. Is Gordy really all that newsworthy? Heck yeah, they even had him on the TV. I'm not sure that appeared in the local news is a rumor of the month segment qualifies. Last month's segment was Bigfoot sighted on Acorn Hill, I believe. Hey, they also had a picture of him in the newspaper for real.
Mr. Wright, this is one fight I do not believe you can win. Let's keep moving, shall we?
Yeah, yes, Your Honor. That's why I was camping out by the lake. That's why you put the automatic sensor on your camera? Yep, borrowed it from the university professor. It analyzes every sound it picks up, and when it gets a bang, it snaps a shot. Yep. So how many pictures has it taken so far? The only time the camera triggered was that night. So that's all I was hiding. The whole gun fire 3 times thing, maybe, is a thing. I think it's time you told us why you felt you had to hide your true purpose at the lake. Heck, if word got out that I was what I was up to, that lake be swarming with competitors. Competitors? Yeah, second-rate shutterbugs trying to steal my scoop. Ah, is that the only reason you were hiding the truth? Well, actually... Oh, here we go.
Mr. Wright, I will not have you asking questions with no relevance to this case.
Whatever you say, Von Karma. I know you told him to keep quiet. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out at that lake. Exactly what sort of sound was it? Well, I never heard one before, so I can't say for sure, but it sounded like a gunshot. It was a lot sharper a sound than I would have expected. There wasn't much else. There wasn't much else to look at. Yep. I don't know. If she heard a bang and she thought Gordy was out there, I kind of doubt she'd waste any time by looking at a boat. But what did I do now? What are you giving me that look for? Definitely suspicious. Maybe it's time for some evidence. Witness, continue. Hold your hush puppies, Pops. I'm getting there. Then I saw a flash near one of the man's hands, and I heard another gunshot. Was there nothing on the lake with the boat at the time? Huh? Wait, so you're thinking maybe he was shot from some other place? I don't think so, no. The lake was smooth as glass, and nobody was on the shore neither. Better find some sort of contradiction in this testimony soon. We won't be able to beat my car any other way. There has to be something. Actually, I'm not a... this is the... Okay, we're back at the beginning of testimony, which means that we've pressed all that we can press. We have to present something. So, where's the other photo? I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what scoop if I had a picture. That's why I was camping out by the lake. That's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked straight out that window at that lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. And I saw a flash near one of the men's heads, and I heard another gunshot. I think we're going to present this. Your Honor. Oh, no. Oh, damn it. Oh, our objection lifeline. Then I saw a flash in one of the men's hands. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, team. I'm gonna need your help. What evidence can I present? Watch that boat the whole time. A one bullet shot to the heart. One bullet. When I heard the bang, I looked straight out the lake. Just watched the boat the whole time. Heard another gunshot. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. We are one away. What is it? What is the evidence? So the camera is set to automatically take a picture when the loud noise is detected. We only have one photograph. Wait, take it automatically on 12:25 at 12:15. Huh. Is there something about the timing, you think? So this was taken at 12:15. When I heard the bang, I looked straight out that lake. Oh my god. Oh my god, here we go. The witness statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, but I can see nothing faulty. Unfortunately, I will have to, oh no, have to penalize you, Mr. Wright.
Oh, damn. I must be on the wrong track?
Oh no. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. This is the first time we've went through our objection lifeline. I don't know what's gonna happen. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
Holy crap.
Mission failed.
The accused will surrender to the court immediately. to be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Guys, what? Oh no. Oh no. Dang, dude. Okay, we gotta go back. We have to figure out what it is. Damn, we just got, dude. Gabbled big time, dude. Does that mean we have to go through the whole dang thing again? Oh, Jesus. Oh my god, we have to go through the whole dang thing again. Okay, we can skip all of this. Yeah, I got disbarred, dude. I got thrown out of the courtroom. Okay. Can we not just skip to the part where okay. I really thought like Maya was gonna spirit channel her sister again and then she's gonna give me some hints. I know that we shouldn't be using me as a crutch, but oh no. Redo. Phoenix Wright Deuce Attorney. Gordy did it. Dude, of course Gordy did it. Alright, sort of, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Oh my god, the whole courtroom scene again. Okay. We're gonna skip all of this. What did we do? We have to remember what we did. Okay. Oh, we have to go through Gumshoe's thing too? Yes, sir. Take a look at the map. Murder happened there. There was a boat in the middle of the lake. There were 2 men on the boat. Now they're having me a woman camping on the edge of the lake. She heard 2 pistol shots. She heard 2 pistol shots. There's only 1 photo. Chris says, crazy twist. Karma is actually as Gordy in disguise. Yeah. Okay. So we got the map again. Okay. You're gonna skip. Okay. This is it again. A man called the station 30 minutes after. Oh, a man called into the station around 30 minutes after midnight. So the murder happened a little bit after midnight. We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. And I didn't suspect him anything, but the next morning, a body was found in the lake, so we had to arrest him. Okay, what did we do here? Did we do anything? Did we present anything? One bullet. Taking a 12-15. Okay. We had to see the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. I didn't suspect him of anything at all. Next morning, a body was found in the lake. Do we have to go through the whole thing of pressing on every, did we... Guys, did we present anything to him, or no? I think we have to go through the whole thing, the whole rigmarole, so that we get the information into the system. You received a call from a man. She was the one that shared 2 gunshots. Woman and the man calling 2 people, obviously 2 different people. Yeah, it's like, who was the other witness? Okay. We head to the scene of the crime. It took 3 minutes. be fast. Get there quick. Okay. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. What was Mr. Edgeworth like when you saw him? Well, for myself, pretty relaxed, not like a murderer. You're an idiot. Okay. I didn't suspect him of anything at all. Why wasn't he sus? Because we're good pals. Okay, continue. Okay. Do you find any clues on the body? Oh yeah, this is right. We got the bullet from this, and then he tells us about the gun, right? Okay, it's well preserved because it didn't hit bone. Fired from the 22 caliber. Okay, so we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. Why is that? We found the murder weapon on the boat. The murder weapon? Yes, the pistol. Okay, and now we have revised testimony. Murder weapon we found on the boat was the size of evidence. Why? There were fingerprints on the pistol. Yep, they were from Edgeworth's right hand. This is gonna be one of those things where Edgeworth is actually left-handed. It's like order. Fingerprints on the pistol. Acceptance evidence. There's prints from Edgeworth's right hand. Members of the court. Now we have the pistol. Detective. Was this the bullet? Yep. Ballistic markings. This whole thing about ballistic markings. The bullet came from the gun. Okay. Bang. Order. Sea Otter in chat says, when you get up to Loudon's New Testament, try to present the Gordy article again after she states there wasn't much to look at. So she watched the boat the whole time. Why would she be watching the boat the whole time? She was also looking for a monster. That's a good point. Okay. I also want to get to the description that, like, the fact that there was like 2 gunshots and the camera's supposed to go off twice, but there's only 1 photograph. It's like, where's the other photograph? I just don't know where I can present the evidence. You have to present it. Y'all that are watching, you have to present your evidence on very specific things, like a very specific text, to do the objections. Okay, I wonder if I can save my progress, like, right now. Okay. Like... Okay, let's save. Let's do like a save here on number 2, just to have it. If we don't have to go through that part again. Fingerprints on the weapon. That foggy photo. 2, was that you in the boat? Yes, I was in the boat. It was me. But I didn't shoot him. Then who did? I don't know. I heard a gunshot close by, then the other man fell from the boat. I can't say why. Thought he had shot himself. That's the only explanation I can come up with. Why can't we get Mia out of here? Sorry, I suck. No, I need you here. Let's piss off Edgeworth a little bit. Okay, we're back in it. Board is back in session. Let's save it here. We don't have to go through that again. Okay. Alright. Alright, call the witness with a lot of hearts. Get to the stand. Okay, we have to go through like 3 rounds of her stuff. She's a research student. Tell us what you saw. Y'all need to learn manners. Okay. Okay. Witness testimony. Christmas Eve, just after midnight, in the car, heard the bang. I looked out the window, I saw 2 gents in a boat, and there was another bang. There wasn't anything on the lake but that boat. Take this photo. Well, this is a surprise. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. There's no other boats on the lake. I think he got sniped, bro. He got sniped. Evidence is decisive. Very well. Objection. Okay, we gotta do the cross-exam. So dramatic. Okay. Yep. I think there was. Okay. I think we have to go through this whole thing, and then Maya's got to be taken under contempt. I wonder if, like, the Maya going under contempt of court, like, is something that really needs to happen, or... Okay, so I'm not going to do the thing here, because... It was received. That was stupid. I was in my car. Why are we camping there anyway? I'm a research student, taking research pictures. Research. This art, could you be more specific? This has nothing to do. I heard this bang come up from the lake. So you weren't looking at the lake this time? No, I looked after I heard the noise. I forgot what I did here. When I looked out the window, I saw 2 gents in the boat. Oh, we have to talk about the binoculars somehow, right? Let's look at the picture. Press further. You couldn't see. I was asking if you saw the men. How did I get her to admit there was a... Then there was another bang. Were you watching the moment the shot rang out? Well, yeah, sure. I hate you, Von Karma. Okay. There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat. But there was Gordy. How come you're so sure? Well, I scanned the whole lake. What does that even mean? I scanned the whole lake. But she was looking for Gordy. Okay. Enough. I think we've heard all we need to hear. Seems like you're unable to find contradiction. Wait, hold on. Okay. I guess it has to do the contempt thing. Nick, a little fishy. I know what you mean. I believe recovered evidence. Pass your judgment. Very well. Okay, this is where Maya has her outburst. Your testimony stinks. Did you really see him? Stand down. Answer me. Enough. Drama. It doesn't matter. Wrong. Now we change the test. What up, Desert Raven Gamer? So I have to replay the trial because I couldn't contradict the witness testimony, and my client was found guilty. So. Oh, did the stream freeze? No, I don't think so. Refresh. Very well. Okay. All right. Okay. This is it, y'all. I saw as clear as the day the man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. Well, what about the other man? Oh, no. Okay. I have to present the photo, not... There's the day the man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. Present this. Yo, what up, Chacharama? Got you. Look at this photograph. Yeah, you can't see anybody in this fog. Okay, so. Okay, remember everybody, if we have to replay this again, we just have to show her the photograph right there. Miss Hart. She says she could. Like I said in the beginning, man, I just, the VO, it's not my strong suit, but I'm also not going to redo all the VO on a replay. How Edgeworth was seen. It was a cold as night and the fog was thick as grits. So once I was finished setting my camera, I got my car, so I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out in the lake, I looked with my binoculars. See, no problem. How did we get through, this round? It was a cold night and the mist was thick as grits. So once I finished setting up my camera, I got back in my car. So I brought my binoculars with me. Press her on that. When you need a telescope. I've got doubts about your camera too. Was it really there to take pictures? I can't say that for certain. Is the camera really relevant? I'm gonna press further about this camera. Okay. Gabbled. Very well. Miss Hart. Test about the camera. Okay. This is when we present the camera itself. You were photographing. It was a lie. Pointed at the lake. You have to point a camera at the lake. Witness is not lake photograph. Show evidence. She was. Alright. Miss Gordy. Okay. Hot news. Let's see you prove that I was trying to get this photograph of Gordy. Wait, what was the proof I had for this? Was it the camera again? Let's see you prove that I was down at the lake trying to photograph this Gordy. Yeah, I have proof. It's your camera again. Okay, yeah. And here's this article about Gordy. According to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. Well, you were trying to photograph Gordy. I see. That's strange. That doesn't change what I saw, does it? Okay. Sorry, why'd you hide the fact that you were searching for Gordy? New testimony. Okay, I think we're at the point. The third testimony. Not a research student at all. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what Scoop to be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out at that lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I watched the boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash near one of the men's hands, and I heard the gunshot. I was looking right at the boat the whole time. Cross my heart, hope to fry. Okay. Alright. What did we try here? We have to be able to do this. Okay. It's my last chance. Okay, Lada's new testimony. I press on the second statement. Actually, I'm not a research student. I'm an investigative photographer. Yeah, I did press on this one, and then I don't think I got anywhere. She talked about, like, becoming an investigative photographer because she got some sort of picture at her, like, sister's graduation or something. Imagine what a scoop would be if I got a picture of that monster. I don't think there's anything here. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right out at that lake. Present the Gordy article. Okay. There wasn't much else to look at, so I watched the whole boat. So this one? The boat whole time. Miss Hart, were you really looking at that boat? What? What's with you? What's with you? Of course I was looking at it. It was the only thing out there. A normal person would be looking at it. I agree, any normal person would. You are far from normal. What? Y'all want to step over here and say that? You were camping at the lake to take a picture of Gordy. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gordy, that's what. You wouldn't give that boat a second thought. Look at this, Sea Otter Special, thank you very much.
Order. Continue, Mr. Wright.
You testified that you were watching the boat through binoculars. However, you wouldn't need binoculars to watch that boat. You needed them to search for Gordy, and that's what you were doing. Well, well, now that y'all mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a bit. I mean, Gordy might have been out there.
Miss Hart, are you saying that you were not watching the boat then?
Sorry, y'all. I wasn't fibbing, really. I was just, I thought, you know, I I could be a witness to a murder and all. I kind of got excited. I was sure I was watching that boat till now.
This is totally uncalled for.
But hey, you got the photograph, you got proof.
Still, we can't see who's shooting who in this.
Right. That's why I took this photo and...
Witness, that's enough. You've had a long day. Shut your pie hole.
Shut my what? What was she going to say? She took the photo and what? Wait a second. She even had a photograph to prove it. But you really can't tell from the photo who's shooting. That's why she said she's going to enlarge the photo. She said it'll drop the quality it might, but should let us see who's who. She enlarged that photo. Why won't Von Karma let her show it? I've got a hunch. I bet that enlarged photo shows something bad for Von Karma. This is my chance. If I'm wrong, though, it'll mean prison for Edgeworth, or worse. What should I do? Show the enlargement. Miss Hart, look at this. Look at this photograph. You enlarged this photograph, did you not? Yeah, I did. Why hasn't that enlargement not been presented to court?
Because it does not exist.
What are y'all talking about? You were the one who told me not to show it in court in the first place. You old fool. Gabbled.
What's the meaning of this, Mr. Von Karma?
Miss Hart. Show me the photos of the court. Show us the enlargement.
The prosecution objects to the submission of this evidence.
Objection denied. The witness will show the enlargement to the court.
Here it is.
Bang.
We still cannot see who's firing in this. It could be the defendant, or maybe it's not.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Sea Otter, left-handed.
Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence.
Lake photo added to the court record. I knew that left-right thing was gonna be a big deal.
Happy now, Mr. Wright?
There has to be something.
You ask for the enlargement, you get the enlargement. And little good it has done any of us. That's why I requested she not show it.
I suppose this means the cross-examination
Is over, obviously.
Nope, not yet.
Then I would like to close the cross-examination of Miss Lotta Hart.
And none too soon. That was a flagrant waste of my time.
Mr. Von Karma, do you have anything to add?
I stated everything I needed to when this trial began. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required?
Nothing, of course. Then I believe it is time for me to declare my verdict.
Wait, it's not supposed to go like this. There has to be a clue in this photo somewhere. Left hand, right hand. This is bad, real bad. What should I do? Show other evidence. Wait, Your Honor, this evidence.
I believe we have spent enough time talking about evidence.
Indeed. We've heard opinions on every piece of evidence but this enlargement. I see no point in retracing our steps.
This is bad, real bad. What should I do? Wait, I can't do that? Object to the enlargement, I guess. Your Honor, there is something decidedly strange with this enlargement.
What might that be?
I'm gonna have to show you the autopsy report. No, or the gun evidence.
Mr. Wright, you will show the court what you mean about this photo is strange.
Okay, here goes nothing. I'll show the judge what's strange about this photo. Boom. Present. Here, Your Honor.
The shooter? I'm not sure I understand. What about the shooter is strange?
Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honor. That hand directly contradicts another piece of evidence. This man's left hand.
Wait, this man's left hand does what?
Let me show you. I'll show you the evidence that left hand contradicts. The evidence is clear. The man in this photograph is holding that pistol in his left hand. However, the prints on the murder weapon are from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo, the man shooting the pistol in this photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth. Gavelled.
Now that everyone in the courtroom has quieted down, I would like to reconvene this court of law. Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
you have given us definitive proof today. We now know that it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. If Mr. Edgeworth didn't do it, then who? Okay.
Precisely. As we have seen, there were no other people on the lake that night. But the defendant could have shot the victim? Wait, who but the defendant could have shot the victim?
It's a lot of heart. Larry. There's only one explanation remaining. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself. I don't know if this is good.
Order. So you are saying that the victim committed suicide?
Yes, Your Honor. I can think of no other explanation.
Indeed, that does seem to be the only remaining option.
I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. But suicide is out of the question.
What?
An examination of the victim's wound reveals the distance at which it was shot.
The distance?
The victim was clearly shot from further than a meter away.
A meter? That's 3 feet. Chris says Gordy has 2 right hands.
There's no way it could have been suicide.
Gavel.
Order. Mr. Von Karma, are you sure of the accuracy of your data?
Of course. I had already considered the possibility of suicide, you see.
Autopsy report updated in the court record. You little bastard, Von Karma.
I see. Very well, allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth.
This is... What?
However, the prints on the gun reveal that the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth.
That's right.
This is a conundrum. Therefore, I would like to suspend proceedings for this trial for the day. The court orders the defense and prosecution to further investigate this matter. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor. Oh man. Chris in the chat says, Karma, what if I told you you can curve bullets?
That is all. Court is adjourned.
Alright. I think we can save on our main timeline here. December 26th, 1:15 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lyle 2. Phew, that was a close one. Hey, don't you have anything to say?
No, I have yet to be declared innocent, right?
Well, yeah, but what happened out there on the lake anyway? If he didn't commit suicide, then who? The shooter was about a meter away too.
What? Don't give me that look. I did not kill him.
I was just kidding around. Look, I'm gonna go check on Maya.
Oh, right.
What?
Tell her something for me.
What?
Tell her to watch what she says in court. That's all.
Would it kill you just to state how you really feel with thanks, Edgeworth? I requisitioned a transcript of Lyle's entire testimony. I thought it might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course, she didn't see the shooter, so the only part of her testimony that stood was the bang she heard. I heard 2 sounds like gunshots after midnight. Okay. It's only 1 photograph. I still need to know what happened to that second photograph.
Look at that photograph.
Okay. We're gonna overwrite the top one. All right, day 2, investigation. Now, what time is it? It is... I think we can do another bit. Let me just check on some emails. Okay. I think we're okay. Let me check my calendar really quick. Cool. We're going ahead. Override this data. Because we always do it. We always do it twice. December 26th, Detention Center, Visitors Room. Maya.
Hey, Nick, it's you. I'm glad Mr. Edgeworth made it through the day okay. It's a relief.
Hey. Why'd you do that anyway?
I don't know. I just knew I had to do something. I know I'm not a lawyer, my sister was. I'm sorry.
Well, you did save the trial. Just behave from now on, okay?
Okay.
Alright. Have you been questioned yet?
No, not yet. Detective Gumshoe was here just now. He said seeing as this is your first offense, we'll let you go after questioning.
Phew.
Oh, and he wanted me to get bail money ready. You can pay for me, okay?
Huh? How much?
I don't know. I guess they'll send you a bill or something.
Why do I picture giant bales of money every time I hear the word bail? Any luck with Mia?
None. I can't get through to her at all. I tried. I really did. I don't know what to do. I think I probably should just have stopped my training.
She sounds like she really did her best. Should you go check to see if there are any waterfalls in the local area? I wonder
if I'll ever see my sister again.
Okay. I wonder if that's ever going to do anything, or if this is ever going to do anything. Okay. There's nothing to present to you, anything. We're just gonna move, huh? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Do we go back home? Let's go to the law office. December 26th, Wright & Co. law offices. Sure is quiet with nobody around. Right. I have to get Maya out of the detention cell soon. Looks like it's cleaning day. Yeah. Nothing new. Our client's name is Charlie. We still have this poster. Mia's desk. I never sit here. And then the books. I don't want to read them. Okay. Same stuff. Cool. Nothing changes in this office. Okay, so we don't have to be in the office. I don't know why we would need to be at Grossberg's, but let's ask. December 26th, Grossberg Law Offices. Apparently Mr. Grossberg is on vacation today. Well, I guess I can come back tomorrow if I need anything. Expensive stuff. An expensive plant. This painting is gone. An ebony desk. A mahogany desk. And books he didn't read, right? Okay, so nothing changed in here either. Okay. Come back here. Alright, so there's nothing to do in the detention center yet, so we're either gonna go... Let's talk to Gumshoe. December 26th, Police Department, Criminal Affairs. Detective Gumshoe's not here. Ah, Gumshoe is at the scene again today. Huh? Oh, really? He's a live wire, that one. He got into a fight with the chief for not following protocol. Not following protocol? I bet he wouldn't help them build a case against Edgeworth. Okay. That guy's gonna do his thing. I don't think there's anything here. What about these desks? Okay. Okay. Move. We're going back to the scene. December 26th, Gourd Lake Park entrance. There are fewer than there were yesterday, but the cops are still around the park. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe is here today. The sign, picnickers, the woods. Today it's just cold. Forgot if there was anything else. In these scenes, I wonder if new places to examine ever come up. Let's go to the public beach. Maybe we can talk to Larry. December 26th, Gourd Lake Public Beach. We're probably going to find something at the docks today. Haven't seen Larry around. Probably paying through the nose on a date with a lovely fiancé. Closed. Nothing here. Nothing in here. Still empty. One day, a trash can won't be any. Okay, nothing here. Looks like we just have to go. Do we want to check? Let's check the woods first. I know that we're gonna go into the other place. Boat rental. December 26th, Gourd Lake Woods. Oh, Gumshoe, you're here. Hey, Detective Gumshoe. Hey, pal. The trial today, Yes? What about the trial? Well, I was going to say good show, but it wasn't really all that. Though you did save Miss Edgeworth, I guess. I just wasn't sure how to thank you, you know? Thanks. Let's talk. Tomorrow's trial. Detective Gumshoe, any idea what strategy Von Karma is planning for tomorrow? It sounds like he's bringing in another witness. Another witness? Oh, right. He said something about that. Right. He said something about that in the trial today. There were two witnesses. Look at that flashback. I was wondering who that other witness was. Who was it? Sorry, pal. As much as I like to, I'm not at liberty to divulge that information. Right. Alright, I wanted to ask you something about Edgeworth. What's up? Is he afraid of earthquakes? I never heard of anything like that before. Mr. Edgeworth doesn't talk about himself too much, see. But there's one thing that's clear as day. Him hating crime the way he does. And him becoming a prosecutor. And him being scared of earthquakes. It all started with that incident. The Dl6 Incident? Yep, that's the one. 15 years ago. When he saw his father shot before his very eyes. He still feels the pain now. You can see it in his eyes. Dang, dude. I want to talk to you about Maya Fey. Huh? She's not out on bail yet? That's strange. I told them to let her go as soon as they had their report written up. Man, I don't know what would have happened if in that courtroom today if it weren't for her. So you're gonna get dragged out by the bailiff. I'll be honest with you, pal. I shed a tear or two. Mr. Edgeworth, he was so moved, I saw his lip trembling. Really? Cold as ice, Edgeworth? He was really grateful for what you did, you know. I'm gonna head back to the station. I'll get the report on Maya and get her out of there as soon as I can. Thank you. Oh, wait. I was wondering, how much is bail gonna be? Don't worry about that. Mr. Edgeworth is posting the whole amount. What? Edgeworth? Didn't I tell you? He's grateful to her for what she did. Alright, pal. Don't forget to go pick her up, alright? Maybe I can get Edgeworth to pay this month's rent, too. Don't be a jerk, Phoenix. I think it was just the camera over here on this side, right? Trees grow quite thick here. Further back, the trees fade into shadow where sunlight can't reach them. Is there a sniper over there? This camera is staring at the lake as usual. Even a novice like me can tell that the camera must cost a pretty penny. I hope she doesn't leave it out here get stolen. Yeah, I'm not sure why she's just leaving it there. I don't think Lotta takes very good care of her SUV. It's covered with dents. I can't believe anyone would drive the car down here. Sign says no camping. No place big. Alright. Well, I wonder why she brought a camping cooker with her. There's a convenience store right up the street. I guess she wanted to get into the outdoor spirit. There's food and some magazines on the sheet. It takes a pretty tough skin to camp in this cold. Is she Gordy? You think she's Gordy? She knows who Gordy is? If our buddy Larry Butts is Gordy, I'm gonna be real mad. Okay, time to go to the boat shop. There's gotta be something different here. December 26th, boat rental shop. Looks like the boat rental shop is closed today too. Oh, really? There are some boats floating in the dock. The murder took place in a boat from the dock. Apparently, police took away the actual boat. Indeed, there's space for one more boat at the dock. Small boat rental shop. Doesn't look like anyone's around. They're probably closed because of the murder. There's more forest off that way. Is there really nothing? I guess we're just gonna get Maya out of the detention center then. Okay, move. 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 December 26th, detention center, visitor's room.
Hey, Nick, you finally came. They just finished the paperwork. I'm free to go.
Free at last, huh?
Those interrogators were really mean. They were like, okay, what did you do this time? I was like, I'm some kind of criminal. Can you believe it?
Well, they let you out in the end, didn't they?
Oh, that reminds me. Thanks for the bail.
Thank Edgeworth.
Huh?
He posted bail for you. He said he was grateful for what you did.
Mr. Edgeworth did that? I have to make it up to him. You've got to win the case, Nick.
What to do? Any ideas? What do we do now? What do you think we should do next?
We're kind of lacking in the clues department. We could go to the park and look for Gordy. I was kidding.
Still, if there are any clues out there, the park's as good as bad as any. What do you say? Shall we head down there?
Sure.
Okay, so I needed to go with her to the park.
You know, I did notice one thing while I was here in detention. It's pretty comfortable. It's really pretty comfortable here. It's warm and they keep it very clean.
I mean, have you noticed anything about the case?
Well, not much more than that, no.
She's probably still upset with me. I should leave her alone. Okay. Cool. So I guess we're going to the park. The Ward Lake Park entrance.
There aren't many cops around here today, are there?
They're probably back at the precinct working up the case against Edgeworth.
Hey, y'all. Hey, it's Lotta.
Y'all really did it today. What do we do now?
No, I'm not complaining.
See, I did a little thinking, a little self-reflection, you might say. I realized that being a witness is a mighty big responsibility. But I just went up there and started blabbing any old thing that came to mind. Lotta. So you see, I want to make it up to y'all. Make it up? Please. What do you think of the trial? To be honest, I was doing it half just to say I'd been a witness. Even though I didn't really see anything. I kind of convinced myself I had, though. I'm sorry, I know it caused y'all a lot of trouble.
Memory is tricky, vague little thing.
Yeah, I sure know that now. I'll be fine the next time I witness a murder.
Right.
You mean the first time you witness a murder? What about Gordy?
Right.
Well, the way I figure, the trial's only stoking the flames of Gordy fever. I'll get my exclusive photos and rocket to stardom.
All right, Lotta, you go, girl.
I wish I could be an investigative photographer too. Finish your spirit medium training first. Lotta, what do you mean by making it up to us?
Well, you see,
actually, I got a bit of information for you.
What?
That Von Karma didn't want me to say nothing about it.
What information?
Now we're getting to the heart of it. See, I reckon we might be able to do ourselves a little exchange. Exchange? I thought this was to make it up to us.
Right.
I propose a little exchange to make it up to you. What? Information don't come cheap, my friend. Hey, I see you thinking, my, how unsophisticated these southern folk are. It's written all over your face. Now let me tell you, most southerners are way more sophisticated than you. I'm just the exception, okay? Well, what'll it be? We gonna deal or not?
What do we do, Nick?
Deal. We don't have any other leads, so I think we I don't think we have a choice. Okay. How much? Huh? You completely off your rocker? I may not be sophisticated, but I'm not trying to rob the poor. Huh? The only fair exchange for information is information. Listen good. What I need from you is information about Gordy.
Whoa, Gordy?
But Gordy Gordy might not exist. Then bring me proof that shows he don't. I'll be keeping watch from my car, okay? You see something, y'all, come to me first. Got it? Okay. Alright, see y'all later.
Okay, Nick, let's go hunting.
Hunting? You don't seriously mean...
Gordy, sure I do.
What about Edgeworth?
We're searching for Gordy for him, Nick. Don't you get it?
Okay, and how exactly do we search for a make-believe monster if we can find a monster myth specialist? Alright. And we've already done this. Maybe we can go back into the park and see what happened. Oh, maybe Larry's here. Whoa! Is that the Steel Samurai? December 26th, Gourd Lake Public Beach. What's that?
The Steel Samurai, Nick.
Yo, Maya! Larry, what the heck is that? Oh, it was my girl Kiance's idea. She was all, if you like, put this here and it'll be like really cool. Dude, she gave it to me along with the banner.
Wow, that's really impressive. She could find this for you.
Well, she knows a lot of people. And the show's finished now, so she got them for free. Right. Yo, Nick, what happened with Edgy? Well, we made it through the first day in court, all right. I don't know how good our prospects are from here, though. Huh.
Hey, Larry, did you know Mr. Edgeworth's secret weakness? He's terrified of earthquakes. He acts like a little boy.
Huh? That's weird. I don't think he was ever like that in school.
No? Really?
Well, we were only in the same class for a little bit. We transferred schools pretty quickly.
Transferred?
Right, when the Dl6 Incident happened. Doesn't look like Larry knows about it, though. Big Samurai. Hey, Larry, when did you get that big thing? Huh? Oh, the big guy? Oh, I've had that for a month, yeah. It's a big hit with the kids. Well, I wasn't here yesterday. Huh? Oh, right. The compressor was busted. Compressor? Yeah, it's that little unit behind my hot dog stand. That's what I used to put air in the Steel Samurai. It broke a little while ago, so I sent it in for repairs.
Oh. From here I thought you inflated it by yourself.
Okay, that seems like that knowledge. Compressor broke. Steel Samurai was gone. What's in the trash can? Nothing.
Hey, Nick, the benches. Let's take a break. Maybe have a hot dog?
I think not. It's too cold to sit and eat hot dogs out here.
Wimpy City Boy, you should try standing under a freezing waterfall sometime.
Can't get over samurai dogs. The original samurai dogs. Hey man, whoever calls their product original first wins. Okay. Let me get a little water here. Those flags look sadly out of place here. Flopping listlessly back and forth in a cold wind under a cold sky.
I don't know. I think it gives the place a kind of festival atmosphere. It reminds me of War of the Eyeglasses.
War of the what?
Huh? What? You mean you don't know Bar of the Eyeglasses?
What the heck is it?
Our local fair used to do it every summer. I guess we were the only ones.
I guess again, what the heck is it? Doesn't that Steel Samurai look a lot out of place? I mean, it's so huge. I guess it's good advertising.
Something about the Steel Samurai just doesn't work for me.
Huh? Really? Looks pretty well made to me.
You're still a novice, aren't you, Nick? Really, true connoisseurs like Cody and me don't fall for stuff like this.
These Steel Samurai fans are obviously in a league of their own. Oh, there's a compressor.
That's this machine.
That's a compressor. I use it to fill up the balloon there with air.
Neat.
Just got repaired yesterday. Man, what a drag it was. Alright. Do we think something's in the boatyard now? And then otherwise we can go... We need information about Gordy to give Lotta. Is there anything to present to you, my friend? Oh, we got this from him, right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's anything to do. With you... Oh, Desert Raven Gamer says there's something on the water. Oh!
Wow, Gourd Lake is really big.
Yeah.
Say, Nick, why is it called Gourd Lake?
Oh. A long time ago, they used to go gourds here.
Oh, no way. I sure look, because the lake looked like a gourd from viewed above. You know, it's like an hourglass shape.
Well, it is shaped like a gourd, but that's a coincidence. Okay. No, good looking out anyway. Alright, let's go back to the boat rental shop. So we're saying boat rental shop.
It's always so quiet here. I wonder if the boat shop is closed for good.
Well, with the murder on the lake and all, they're probably just taking a vacation until it blows over.
I get it.
Boats. Yeah, that's the same. Huh. Why is there never anything going on here? So fishy. Okay, I guess we're gonna... Do we go back? The woods, but we have nothing to talk to her about. December 26th, Gourd Lake Woods. Hey, y'all! Well, y'all find anything about Gordy?
No, nothing.
Well, keep moving. It gets cold out here at nighttime.
It's a little chilly. I think I have to sneeze.
Whoa, no you don't. No sneezing. Wachoo! Click, 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 click. I told y'all no sneezing! See, I set the camera to respond to things a little softer than a bang. They trigger on one of those Avant Karma finger snaps now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, SAR's nice, but what about my film?
Nick, pay the lady.
I learned something in today's trial, that's for sure. Testifying is serious business. That's why I decided not to talk about that case no more.
Huh?
Oh, you didn't say you had... Wait, didn't you say you had information about the case? Tell us that at least. Like I said, I'll trade it for the dirt on Gordy.
What are you gonna do if Gordy doesn't exist?
I'll quit being an investigative photographer.
What?
After all, I only have one photo to my name so far.
Was it a good one?
You bet. A UFO.
A UFO?
Anyway, if I can't get a career making photo this time around, then that's it. I'll quit and go back to school.
Huh? So you really are a university student?
Yeah, well, I'm taking a bit of a break.
Right.
Okay. Wait. Whoops. Oh my god, why? Okay, Gordy again. Why didn't it check mark it when I did this? Oh, I guess because if we come back with information about Gordy, we can... So we have to find something to show her.
Hey, Nick.
What? Don't tell me you're hungry again. Oh, it's all about camp stuff. Why does it sometimes... Oh, because she has something to say here. Okay. Okay, I think we gotta go. We gotta find some stuff. We go back to boat rental shop. Nope. Okay. We are gonna go back to the entrance. We are gonna go back to our office. Maybe we have to talk to Edgeworth.
Ah, fresh air. I gotta say, freedom feels great.
Behave yourself in the courtroom, okay? Tomorrow.
Misbehaving so much more fun.
It's not gonna be so much fun when Edgeworth refuses to pay your bail again.
Right, I'll behave.
Oh dear. Okay. What do we do now? Well, what should we do?
I don't know. I've been in detention this whole time. I think you should just... I'll let you decide what should we do.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Let's go talk to Edgeworth. December 26th, detention center, visitors room. Looks like Edgeworth is in questioning.
Let's come back later.
Guess so. Okay. Let's go to Grossberg's. Let's not go to Grossberg's. Let's go to our office, and then let's go to... Let's see if Gumshoe's back. December 26th, Police Department, Criminal Affairs. Hey there, pal. What's up? You look out of sorts. Wait, you didn't go and do something that's gonna hurt Mr. Edgeworth's case again. What do you mean again? Whatever. Have a seat, pal. I'm here for you if you need anything. Besides money, that is. How's the investigation proceeding? It's not, really. We have another meeting coming up. We're supposed to talk about Mr. Edgeworth's motive.
His motive?
See, Mr. Edgeworth's father died in the Dl6 Incident. And the guy who got the lone suspect declared innocent was the victim in this case, Robert Hammond. They're saying that's why Mr. Edgeworth shot him. And Edgeworth never talks about his past. I bet they'll drag that out and hit him with it in court tomorrow, too.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth.
I gotta admit, it doesn't look good, pal.
Say, Detective Gumshoe, do you know Gordy?
The monster down in Gourd Lake? Not personally, no.
Well, we're looking for it.
Huh? Are you out of your minds?
Eek.
You got time to go wild monster hunting? How about doing a little question for me then?
Oh. Detective Gumshoe is scaring me, Nick.
I told Detective Gumshoe about the deal with Lotta.
Nick, try telling him sooner next time.
Sorry. I see, pal. Sorry for shouting at you. Okay. I, Detective Gumshoe, will aid your search for Gordy.
Huh?
I'll loan you one of our newest secret weapons for finding evidence.
Really?
You can take whichever one you like.
Okay, give us the goods.
Hold on now. Everything in due time. First, let me show them to you. These are our best and brightest. Introducing secret weapon number 1, Missile.
Missile?
He's a canine police dog, still in training. Missile, Missile. Here, boy.
Oh, look. Oh. Oh, fam. We just got a corgi.
Woof. Here he is.
Ah, hey, he's cute. Look, Nick, cute dog.
A cute dog. and this will help us. Ow. Woof. Next secret weapon number 2. A fishing pole. Here is my own fishing pole. Detective Gumshoe, we're looking for a monster. Yeah, oh yeah, Shiba Inu. Yeah. How are we supposed to catch a whole sea monster with a fishing pole? Never know till you try, pal. Okay, this next one's the last one. No, please, I'm already overwhelmed by our choices. Secret weapon number 3. A metal detector. Here. Detective Gumshoe, we're looking for something alive. Right. How are we supposed to find it with a metal detector? Hey, you never know. It might be eating soda cans. Well, which will it be? Oh, no, we can only take one?
I can't make up my mind, Nick. They all seem so perfect.
Can't make up my mind either, for totally the opposite reason. Oh well, I suppose it can't hurt to borrow one of them. Dude, it's gotta be the metal detector, right? Yo, we're gonna go to the metal detector first. We'll come back and get the pole. Can we borrow that metal detector? Sure thing, pal. I'm not sure what we're gonna find with this. Remember, you're hunting a monster. Anything's possible. Anything. Chris in chat says, "There's fishing in this game. Yes, go fish. Need baubles to increase fishing skill by 10. Yeah. So this metal detector makes a noise when metallic objects are near. Useful detection device. Okay. There's probably nothing here. We're going back to the beach, baby. Nothing here. Okay. Okay. Going to the beach. I want to use my thing, dude. What if I present you this awesome metal detector? Sorry, Nick, I don't know much about... Okay. I'm a mere hot dog salesman, he says. You know what? We're going to there. Oh, yeah, baby.
Nick, it's beeping. The metal detector's found something.
Sure is loud enough about it. Whatever it is, it must be in those bushes. Go check it out, Maya.
Why do I have to check it out? Nick, look.
Huh? An air tank? It's Gordy with 2 right hands. Huh? The valve looks broken.
I thought it was Gordy.
Maya, first of all, why would Gordy be in those bushes? And second of all, why would a metal detector react to a sea monster?
Oh.
Huh? There's something wrapped around this air tank. It looks like a string of flags? Like from the Steel Samurai at the hot dog stand? Maybe somebody, the same person that took Larry's compressor?
Well, we might as well take it with us now that we found it.
It's heavy. Air tank of dubious valve retrieved. Empty air tank, the valve is open, the banner of flags is open. Okay. Move to the woods. Okay, I think we gotta go back and grab the fishing pole this time. We'll do the dog last. Yeah, I can go through the airlock now for sure. With that tank. Okay. Detective Gumshoe isn't here.
Now that you mention it, he said he had a meeting to go to.
Ah, that's right. Let's come back later. Damn it, I wanted some stuff. What if you showed Butts the tank? Oh, yeah. Gotta show Butts the tank. Presenting... and meeting. What? An air tank? What about it? Larry, I wanted to ask you about this tank. Have you seen it before? Have you seen this before? Huh? Me? No, never. Who the heck would go diving in the middle of the winter? There's something about the way his eye twitched when I showed him the tank. I think I'd better pursue this line of questioning further. Larry, are you Gordy, dude? Is it yours? Say, is this air tank yours? Oh, why would I would think like that? See, look, see how there's a string of flags around this this tank valve? It's just like the string of flags around your steel samurai there. Must be a coincidence. There's strings of flags everywhere these days, like elementary schools and used car dealerships. Look, why would I need a tank anyway? To inflate something? You used this to inflate that, didn't you? Inflate what? What else? That big puffy steel samurai. Now, why would you go ask me a question like that? Looks like I hit the nail on the head. Right. Actually, see, the compressor I always use was on the fritz, so I tried using the tank to inflate it just once, and it didn't go so well. As I suspected. That's more about the tank. It didn't go so well? Yeah. Do you think you could be a little bit more specific, Larry? Come on. Look, it's embarrassing. I really don't want to talk about it.
Tell us.
Fine. Whatever. It's like what I said, the compressor was busted. So I took the tank and I tried to fill the samurai up with that. And then, blam. The valve busted open and made this incredible noise. And that tank there took off like a rocket. And it took my poor deflated steel samurai with it. What?
Off into Gourd Lake?
It sure scared me out of my gourd, that's for sure. See, I tried to use this tank to fill up the samurai. It was attached in the tank when it happened. Blam. Huh.
I wish I could have seen it.
Me too. Okay. Yeah, that could have been the first bang. I mean, is that it? I wonder if I can just talk to him now. Yes, the flying air tank.
So the tank of the Steel Samurai you were trying to fill flew away? What happened next?
Well, it all happened on the 20th or so. The 20th? That was a week ago. Now as far as I could see, the tank went out flying into the lake, so I went out every night in a boat looking for it. Oh! I mean, Chiante gave me that Steel Samurai after all.
And when did you find it?
Just the night before last. Oh! It flew way out there. It took me 4 whole days to find it. Wait, so that was Christmas Eve. He found it on Christmas Eve. The night before last. Was the night of the murder! Sorry for not telling you, Nick. Actually, I was here on the night of the murder. Well, you see, I went home before midnight.
So you didn't know about what happened?
No,
That's too bad.
it's not all bad. We've solved one mystery at least.
Mystery?
Maybe we should go tell her. Oh, is this Gordy? Yeah. What if we present to him this? That's the guy that was selling my dogs faster than I cook them.
Do you think Gordy exists?
Nah, I think somebody probably just saw something they thought was Gordy. But I'll keep selling samurai dogs till the truth's out. Okay. Do we now talk to the lady in the woods? Okay. Yep, I have to say I know exactly squat about that. Okay. Well, Mr. Lawyer, I've got the info y'all need. Y'all get the scoop on Gordy for me yet? Gordy doesn't exist. Lotta. There's no such thing as Gordy. What? How can y'all be so sure?
Really, Nick?
Y'all got some proof Gordy don't exist? The proof that Gordy doesn't exist is here. Of course I have proof. No lawyer worth his badge would make a claim without the proof to back it up. Here's the proof Gordy doesn't exist. This tank.
Larry's air tank?
What are y'all doing with that air tank? This is Gordy. Excuse me?
What exactly are you saying, Nick?
There's a stand near here, a hot dog stand. There's a giant inflatable samurai doll there. About a week ago, an idiot who happens to be a friend of mine tried to fill it. He used this air tank and when the valve blew, the tank flew into the lake. Apparently, it made a pretty loud bang when it flew. A bang. The tank, along with the still deflated samurai, fell into the lake. At the same time, a couple was taking a photograph of the lake. This photo.
Wait, so you're saying that Gordy is really the Steel Samurai?
Well, that's a fine way to ruin a gal's dreams. I'm sorry, Lotta.
Nah, it's okay, you win.
I'll give you your info like I promised.
Poor Lotta.
So tell us this information you have.
A promise is a promise, I guess. Overheard the cops around here saying something about a witness tomorrow. They said he's the caretaker of the boat rental place up the path here. Boat rental? There's someone there? I mean, it looks so deserted.
Just an old guy living by himself. Y'all should go check it out.
Thanks, Lotta. We will. Let's get cracking, Nick.
Hold on. Something else? Oh, something else? Yeah. The night of the murder. My camera clicked twice, you know.
Wait, so you have another photo?
Well, yeah, but there's nothing in it at all, just the lake. I figured it wouldn't be much use as evidence, so I kept it to myself. Well, it might not be helpful at all, but here, take it. Second lake photo added to the court record shows an empty lake, taken automatically just before midnight, so 25 minutes after, before the other photo. Interesting. Bye now, y'all take care. Time for me to pack up and leave.
Poor Lotta.
It's all Larry's fault. The legend still lives on, I guess.
The legend?
Yeah, the legend of Larry, familiar to all of, who know him for any length of time. When something smells, it's usually the butts.
Someone should whip that butts into shape.
Oh my god. Too much. Too much! Is there nothing left here to do? Okay. So now we have another picture. I think you did your job. Time to go to the boat rental shop. December 26th, boat rental shop.
Hey, Nick. This is the boat shop that Lotta was talking about.
You're right. Doesn't seem to be anyone around at all.
Well, let's go check it out anyway.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's break in. Maybe we need the... You know what? Maybe we need the dog, man. Be like... Yo, check out our Shiba Inu. There's nothing here? Do we need the fishing pole? Oh! Oh! New locale! New locale! December 26th, Caretaker's Shack. Meg! That you?
Eek!
Hey, is that Keith with you? Where have you two been? I've been word sick.
Nick, you handle this.
I think I'll leave this one up to you, Maya.
Meg,
Yes?
finally made up your mind, have you?
My mind?
You'll run the pasta shop when I'm gone.
Pasta?
Glad to hear it, glad to hear it. You make your old man proud. When you kids left the house, I didn't know what to think. How am I supposed to keep this place running, an old man like me? Polly, the kids are home. Hello, hello.
Nick, what was that?
A parrot. The one on that perch.
Keith,
Yes?
I leave the wet noodle in your capable hands, sonny.
Nick, what's the wet noodle?
Based on the available evidence, I'd say it's the name of the pasta shop.
That's a relief, isn't it, Polly? Hello, hello, squawk. Yep. Yep.
He fell asleep.
I guess he's relieved. Ew, dude, he's got some snot bubble, dude. Let's talk about this pasta restaurant. Because I'm hungry. A pasta shop?
Yep. To think the wet noodle would live on when I'm gone. My father started it, you know. So that makes you two third generation. Meg.
Yes.
Tomorrow we'll start with the secrets of dough tossing.
No tossing.
You too, Keith.
Yes.
You'll be the best pasta wrangler the West has ever seen.
Pasta wrangler. The West isn't pasta from Italy.
Meg,
Yes.
you know the best pasta's always been made west of the Rockies, don't you?
Right. Everybody knows this.
Nick,
Huh?
how long do we have to keep this up? This all in the family charade.
This old man must know something about the murder. We're not leaving until we find out what that is. Alright, boat rental shop. What a weird twist this story is taken. This is a boat rental shop, right?
What are you talking about? This is the Palace of Pasta, the wet noodle. Though, now that you mention it, we haven't gotten many orders for spaghetti lately. All the kids come up and say, yo, do we want to ride one of your boats? That's why I keep boats out there. Youngsters these days. Darned if I understand.
I'm pretty confused myself.
Nick, this isn't going anywhere, but this old man is a witness tomorrow, right? We gotta find some way of getting information out of him.
Okay. We can probably present something to him, but let's examine the room first. Let's start with this bird.
Wow, what an amazing parrot that is. Good morning. Hello. It ignored me.
What? You forget, Meg? You gotta call her name first.
Your name?
Polly, how you been?
Hello, hello.
See?
Neat, so the parrot's name is Polly.
Wow, wow, guys, Polly is straight up in the court record now. An erstwhile companion, the boat shop caretaker, answers to the name Polly.
Too bad all she can say is hello.
Har har har. Old Polly can say lots of things. You just need to know the secret words.
The secret words. Polly, what's your name?
Polly.
Cute. Okay. Looks like a kitchen unit. It's pretty clean. Funny, he doesn't look like the type who'd keep things tidy like that.
You're forgetting, Nick. He's running a pasta shop here.
But who's cleaning it for you, Pops? Give it up. Are you a sea monster with two right hands?
Look, Nick, he has an electric blanket on his table. Looks warm. That's a great idea. We should do that at the office. We can sit down with our clients, snug and warm, and drink hot cocoa.
And what? Talk about murder?
You're a party pooper, Nick.
That's weird. What's underneath here that you're keeping warm? This fishing pole looks expensive.
Wow, he has television here too.
Maybe we can fish with this man.
Look, a little safe. It's locked.
Okay, how are we gonna get in there? Well, there are lots of fish, various fish in Gourd Lake, aren't there?
Something's funny, Nick. All these fish are saltwater fish.
Oh. Okay, so there's a weird parrot. There's saltwater fish on the wall. Always got a fishing pole. He's got a really weird electric blanket under a table. Things are fishy. Okay. I think we have to. Do we present something to him? Maybe we present like the photo.
Now listen here, Keith. Remember that tricolor pasta we were talking about? Our rainbow aioli. I figured that as color we should use indigo blue.
Indigo blue.
That didn't seem to work the way I thought it might. Okay, I think we gotta appeal to something else with him. Oh, Polly, here we go. What are the secret words, my friend?
Like, my memory's gotten worse of late. That's why I just tell everything important about Polly here.
Everything
Everything important? I wonder. Polly, what's the number to the safe?
1228.
All right.
Hey, Polly, watch it, will you?
See, Nick? All it takes is a little clever thinking.
Your criminal mind.
Quick, Nick, write that number down.
Hey, don't get me involved with your little heist schemes. What was it? 1228?
Look, a little safe. It's locked.
Well, we know it now. What else? No. Can we examine Polly? What else can we do? Polly, give us some more info. Alright, I guess we have to come back when he's not here and then break into a safe. I wonder if we can go back to... let's see if Detective Gumshoe's back. Maybe we can grab something else from him. No? Okay, what happens at Grossberg's? Anything? Nope. Let's go to the detention center. Well, now what we do? Okay. We are not going here. I think there's nothing to do in our own place. Okay, we have to do something with the caretaker. Whoops. Move. Is there really... Gumshoe's still in that meeting, man? Okay. What do we do? What are we doing? Move. I guess we're just going to need to present something to this boy. So we talked, did all the examining. do we want to present this man? Maybe present him this. Okay. Alright. Show him this picture. Okay. What would he be interested in? Present him his own parrot. No. Does he not care about anything? No. Do I show him my badge? That a lawyer's badge? Yeah, yes, it is. I don't believe it. This old guy is the first person to recognize my badge. I get it. Huh? Yep, I got you figured out now. You're not Keith.
Nick, now's our chance to clear things up.
Sir? No, I'm not Keith.
And I'm not Meg either.
We're here investigating the murder that took place on the lake the other night.
Please help us.
A lawyer, huh?
Please, mister.
Alright, I'll help. But on one condition.
What's that?
When this case is over and done, you'll run the wet noodle. Yeah, we'll run the wet noodle. Okay, we promise.
Nick, are you sure about this?
Hey, anything to get this case solved. Also, who would want to eat Phoenix noodles?
I guess so.
That's my boy. Good for you, Keith. Wait, didn't I just say... You too, Meg.
Yes.
You bring a tear to your old man's eye, you know. Now, what was that you wanted to know? Speak up, Polly.
Hello, hello.
Now he's talking to the bird again. Now we get him to talk to us. Okay. Oh, no? What? What? Have I seen this? You know something about this, sir.
Keith.
Yes?
It's okay, you can call me Dad.
Dad, you know something about this?
Yep, the other night, out on the lake. Yes, yes. I know all about that, I seen it. What? Tell us what you saw. Well, I suppose, since you're taking over the shop and all.
Okay. What you saw?
I forget the time, but it was pretty dark outside, probably at night, yep.
It was after midnight, but okay.
Then I heard this bang, so I looked outside. And then I heard another one bang.
2 bangs.
A little while later, this boat comes back. Then a young man walked by my window here. He was muttering something to himself, yep. What did he say? Yep. I forgot. I'll remember tomorrow by court time, promise. We need to know earlier than that. You know what? Little Terry was just here.
Terry?
Yep, that kid next door. He always used to make him cry, remember? He was wearing this tattered old coat, got himself some whiskers growing out of his face.
You must be talking about Detective Gumshoe.
He comes up and tells me to come down to court tomorrow. Really?
Somehow I don't think we're gonna get much useful information out of this guy. Why? Maybe we should go. Maybe we should be leaving.
I think you're right. Oh wait, I had one more question.
Huh?
Polly, have we forgotten something? Squawk. Don't forget Dl6, squawk. Huh? What did you just say, Nick?
One more time, Polly.
Don't forget Dl6, squawk.
What? The Dl6 incident? Hey, Dad. This is getting weird. Who is this old guy?
Why would that bird Polly know about Dl6?
We have to figure out who the old man is.
Oh,
What?
he locked the door from the other side.
Who could that old man be? I think I need to do a little more research on this Dl6 incident. Wasn't there a guy that fled? Is he the witness for Dl6? Maybe I should ask Detective Gumshoe. Alright, time to go see Gumshoe. Dun, 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 dun. December 26th, Police Department, Criminal Affairs. Hey pal, long time no see. You don't look so happy. What's wrong this time? Actually, we wanted to ask you something. Yeah? Okay. You know the boat rental shop down at the Gourd Lake? Oh yeah. The old man who runs his beer and is witness in court tomorrow, right? Huh? How'd you... That was supposed to be top secret.
Do you know who that old man is, Detective?
Actually, I don't. He's a bit of an odd bird. Haven't been able to get a straight answer out of him. I decided first he wasn't persuasive enough to stand and testify as a witness. That's why we called Miss Lotta Hart yesterday. As for who he is, we have absolutely no idea.
Sounds suspicious.
Detective Gumshoe, please help us. Huh? We need to know about the Dl6 incident. That was when Edgeworth's father died. I can't help but think that has something to do with this current case. To tell the truth, I don't know much about the Dl6 either. Mr. Edgeworth forbade us from reading the file. So, I'm afraid I can't show them to you either, pal.
What?
However, if you can convince me somehow that the Dl6 incident is related to this case, well, I guess I'd consider opening the file up. Presenting this bird. What's that, a parrot? The old man of the boat rental shop's parrot. The parrot knew about the incident. That incident? Dl6. What?
Polly, have we forgotten something?
Squawk. Don't forget Dl6, yo. Squawk, squawk. I'm pretty sure the old man must have taught her that word. Yeah, but how would the old man know about the Dl6 incident? Wait, what if that old man was connected to Dl6?
Nick!
Whoops. I get you. Sounds like you need information on the Dl6 incident. Through there is a station records room. I'll give you special permission to go and find what you need.
Alright, way to go, Detective Gumshoe. Alright, Nick, to the records room.
I guess it's time we face Edgeworth's past. Dang, dude, we are like just finding out information. We're getting access to everything. Records room, baby. December 26th, Police Department Records Room. We're here unsupervised.
Wow, it's amazing. Lee Dusty.
10 years of files and 10 years of dust, I guess.
Let's find the DL6 stuffs, quick.
15 years ago, both me and Edgeworth are 9 years old. We were almost through the fourth grade when he suddenly transferred because of DL6.
Nick, I found where the file is.
Oh, thanks.
Just let me know what you want to know about the Dl6 incident. I'll go get the right file.
Really? She's like so fast. Here's some files collected with case reports. There's quite a large volume of reports here.
Wow, these are all case reports?
Yeah, it's like a graveyard of police cases.
Guess my sister's case report is in here too. quietly gathering dust.
Oh. Dl6.
There's shelves stuff in the, with case files in the back of the room too. Forgotten cases rotting away for eternity.
Nick, let's go. We need to get out of here. All this stuff is getting to me.
Not yet. We have to examine everything. Looks like there are files inside that glass case. The case is so dusty I can't see what's inside.
Nick, it's locked. They must keep important case files.
Oh, they must keep important case files. Mosley, what do you got? My cat's going a little crazy. This cabin is where they keep evidence for current cases. Some of the things, obviously murder weapons, others who knows what. Most of it just looks like random junk.
Nick, what do you think a clothespin is for?
Don't touch that. It's evidence. Interesting. Oh, I have to talk to you about the case. Well, first I have to get a handle on the main facts, like a summary.
Right. Summary, found it. Here you go.
December 28th, 2001. That's exactly 15 years ago.
That's exactly 15 years ago, from the day after tomorrow.
So in 2 days, the case is closed. The incident took place in the elevator of the district courthouse.
What? Is that the same district courthouse we're holding the trial in now?
Looks like it. There was a large earthquake at 2 p.m. on that day. So 2 p.m. earthquake. Part of the court building collapsed and all the lights went out.
Wow, that was some earthquake.
At the time, 3 people were trapped in the elevator. It took 5 hours for them to be rescued. 5 hours.
That would be scary like that, in the dark.
There was a lack of oxygen in the elevator, and the survivors were unconscious.
The survivors?
One of the 3 in the elevator had been shot in the heart. That was Mr. Edgeworth's
Father, wasn't it?
Holy crap. He said that his father was shot before his very eyes. So Miles Edgeworth was one of the other passengers in the elevator. Do you have any data on the victim? Edgeworth's father?
Yeah, hold on.
Victim.
Here, found it. Gregory Edgeworth, 35, defense attorney. If he were still alive, he'd be 50.
He lost that day's case in court and got in the elevator with his son Miles. Miles Edgeworth, of course.
So he was in the elevator with his father?
From the angle of the bullet and other evidence, it could not have been suicide. The murder weapon, a pistol, was found in the elevator. The pistol had been fired 2 times. Where have I heard that before? It sounds just like this current case. What's going on here? Got any data on the suspect in there?
That would be the guy that my mom got arrested. Hold on, this is it. The man arrested as a suspect in Dl6 was Yanni Yogi. He was a clerk in the court, apparently.
Oh, he was a clerk in the court, apparently.
So he must have been the 3rd person in the elevator. Well then, he had to have done it.
But he was found innocent thanks to his defense lawyer, Robert Hammond.
Hammond, the victim in our case.
Right. The suspect, Mr. Yogi, was oxygen deprived. So much so he had brain damage. He lost all memory of being in the elevator. Oh, so the old fish man, the boatman, must be Yanni Yogi. After he was declared innocent, he disappeared.
Where could Yogi have gone to, I wonder?
He may be closer than we think. I guess I know generally what happened in Dl6 now. I still don't know what sort of impact the whole thing had on Edgeworth.
Nick, are we going to take the whole file? There's too much. We'll never get it out.
You're right. How about we just take what we think we'll need? Okay. I'm glad that they didn't ask me to choose what I thought I need. Right. That's probably all we'll be able to find here. Now that's all left. Now all that's left is trial tomorrow. I wonder how Dad will do testifying in court. To be continued, which is a perfect stopping point. Yes, please. Day 3 trial. Okay. Well, that's it. We exit? Nope. All right. All right. Well, that's gonna do it for Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I know that we have to go back into court. I'm not sure if we have enough information. We're gonna have to drill that dude and prove that the dude I don't know, I guess the boat shop man is Yanni Yogi, maybe the third person in the elevator, and then maybe we can get his bird to tell us some information. We might have to bring out his safe as evidence. Maybe he has evidence about what happened to Dl6, like stashed in the safe, maybe some murder weapon or something. Who knows? But it looks like, yeah, we have to hit pause right now. When we return to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney at some point, maybe next week. I don't know. Maybe I'll play Keyforge next week. We'll set to see. Yeah, I'll put it out on Twitter or Discord or something like that. But we need to clear Miles Edgeworth's case. We need to finally figure out what happened during Dl6 Incident. This has been an incident that's been haunting all of us. All of the characters are back. Larry Butts made a triumphant return today. It was very, very interesting. Our cast of characters are coming together. And it's all about DL6, baby. It's all about DL6. We got to figure it out. All right. Well, thank you so much for everybody joining me. I know we went a little bit long. Thank you so much for everybody that decided to watch. If you are watching YouTube and you like me doing this series, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment as well. Yeah. And if you guys want me to continue doing this series, you let me know, and I probably will, because it's been a really good time so far. So, yeah, I want to say peace, good game, everybody. Have a good weekend. Play lots of games. We will be back Monday night, Matt and I, to play Arkham Horror LCG. Next Wednesday, Chris and I will be back to play something. And then I will do a solo stream next Thursday, maybe. Chris and I might be doing something next Thursday as well. So stay tuned to the socials for that. And with that, I'm going to say peace, good gaming. I'm going to say good job today, folks. Thank you, Sea Otter, for revealing the part where I revealed the right evidence to actually move forward in the trial. So, peace, good game, everybody, and I'll see you next week.